God damn, J.F.K. These are the good ones. These are the good ones.
What up, long gamers? You know how this goes. You know how this goes. We got plenty of overhead room in our overhead compartments. Go ahead and put your luggage there right now. Go ahead and put it there. If you have a backpack, please make sure you put it between your feet. Make sure it's tight because things tend to move in flight. But before you do, ladies and gentlemen, take out your vapes, ineps, clip bars. Whatever your vice might be, put your trays up because we're going up to 39,000 feet. We got goals in different area codes. If you're wondering what that means you got to match the energy. This is a message from the flight deck. Turbulence in the chat keeps the plane rocking. Turbulent turbulence in the chat keeps the plane rocking. It kind of goes a little something like this.
Long gamers, it is time to match the energy. Let's feel the energy.
J.F.K. in the mix.
Come on.
Get up. People get up. Stomp your feet. Let's get down.
Match the energy. Turbulence in the chat keeps the plane rocking. We are all we got. The pivot is magical. One's up.
J.F.K. in the mix.
Yes. What's up, Cat Bomber? How we doing out there? For sure. Jimmy Speaks is here. Aunt B's here. I see Scotty McGinnis is here. Classic Clippy. I love the energy on takeoff. What up, Brenna? ATS News is here. What up, ATS News? Aaron Murphy, Mama J. Well, the name of this stream, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, Ramona. I'm new here. Hello, everyone. You can call me Yummy because I will call you Yummy. Wow. All right. Well, you could call me Randy McGee. We're doing the Dunkin' Donuts coffee tonight. Iced coffee. 1 cream. 1 cream, no sugar, for sure. Well, I had to download some stuff. Sorry for the late start. I did say 10:35. I did get off a little late with number 5 on the runway. We definitely do not want to get into any accidents on the runway. Got to make sure. What up, man, Mikey? What's up, brother? Hi, Randy McGee. Oh, Jesus. The young jerks, my guy. What up, Mike? Money making Mike. Got 10 jewels coming through. Wanted to make sure everything was right. Because this show right here is a different type of show. Question is, can a turtle and a wannabe agree? Is the concept a conflict? Karen Reed is free, but is the truth? They say the truth will set you free. Doesn't take no money to tell the truth. But they're saying, Commonwealth of Massachusetts is saying that they had the truth. If you don't know the Karen Reed case, ladies and gentlemen, you're just tuning into this channel and you're saying, who the fuck is this guy in this tank top? Well, my name's Randy McGee. Oh, shit. But I go by the name of J.F.K. Some people call me that. Some people call me Randy Allen Boucher. And the Karen Reed case, holy crap, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know that case, let me explain it. There was a woman named Karen Reed one night. We went to the Waterfall Bar and Grill. There's a bunch of people there. There was one guy named Brian Albert. He was there with his wife, Nicole. There was Chris Albert. He was there with his wife, Julie. There was Karina. She was there with her husband. They call them the Greek couple in this story, ladies and gentlemen. One of the main characters in this story is Jen McCabe. She was there with Maddie McCabe, who we call Maddie on the backup. Oh, wow. Then there was, oh, wow. I think I might have just, hold on a minute. Hold on. What's Brian Albert's daughter's name? With Tristan. It was Brian Albert's daughter. Wow. I just forgot. Can someone help me? Oh, we know about him. We'll get to him last. Caitlin. Thank you. There was Caitlin and Tristan, who's Brian Albert's daughter and Nicole's daughter. And there was one solo fellow there, one solo fellow. But before we talk about that solo fellow, some people call him a name. Over here we call him.
Hey, man, what's up, guys? Kevin from South Boston.
Oh, and he's a main guy in this story. And I'll say his name right now. But before we do, keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, there was also two other people there. Her name was Karen Reed, an officer. Minus the polo, it is summer after all. Oh, my God, man. Miss 808. What is going on, man? What is going on with the Avatar game? If you don't know, we do this thing called the Avatar game. Thursdays is Thursday. I do got my top 5 avatars for this week. And I mean, goddamn, the one who set it off. We got turbulence in the chat. What is going on with this avatar?
I don't know if I can face it again. I can't stop now. I've traveled so far to change this lonely life.
I got summer on my mind, nowhere else, no, Lord, take me downtown to you.
I'm not blurry, right? Someone asked if I was blurry. I don't think I'm blurry. I'm looking right now. I think I'm okay. Nah, JFK don't rock no filters. I ain't got no filters on my shit. I got a light. I got a light. That's about it. That drives me insane that I need a new light. That's another story. Goddamn, Miss 808. And that's what we do over here. If you have an avatar, see, let me explain the avatar game. The avatar is your little picture on your Google account. If you want to change it when you come into the JFK chat, I would to see you. Have my top 5 avatars of this week. Thursdays is her day. I love it. Miss 808, she set it off. She's always looking fabulous. Right behind her was sorry, I'm just looking at I'm a little choppy right now. Just getting through some turbulence, making sure my internet is interneting. Always gotta check on these things. A live streaming is funny like that. Bossy. For sure, bossy. Did you see Terry? No, I didn't see Terry. I'm gonna have to go up and see that. Terry, I seen Terry last night though with the avatar. She came in through with something else. Terry? Are you talking to me? Is the question. But let's give it up for Terry. All right, I'm looking. I'm looking. I'm curious. Where is it? God damn. The avatar game is crazy on this channel, man. I love that you ladies are shining. I don't see Terry. Where's Terry? This chat's moving. Oh, peep the super chat. Okay. Coming in with polos in the bag. Oh, that one. Okay. I did see that. I didn't look at the avatar picture though. Let me see. I didn't look at the avatar. That's Terry? God damn, Terry. What? Oh, she got polos in the bag for sure. Holy shit. I didn't even notice that. I'm sorry, Terry. Wow. Damn, Terry. It's like that, huh? Wow. The avatar game is silly on this. We do got the top 5. We do got the top 5. Thank you, Terry. I appreciate you. Sorry about that. I got it. Period. Okay. My bad. I didn't even catch that. I didn't even catch that. It's tough when you're flying a plane going through clouds. Gee. I lost a buddy for cancer currently. He turned 60 July 1st, took him July 2nd. RIP Dodge Mike. RIP Dodge Mike. RIP Tommy. I'm sorry to hear about your loss, my man. Fuck cancer. I'm a cancer survivor. Fuck that shit, man. RIP Dodge Mike, man. Dodge Mike, RIP. Wow. Hey, looking fabulous for sure. The avatar game is silly on this channel. Like I said, it is a profile picture that's on your Google account. If you want to change it when you come into the JFK stream, feel free to do so because we will every Thursday go and pick our top 5 avatars for the week. And should I just get started right now with my top 5? Man, I'm going to tell you right now, I got the top 5 right now. And it's going to go a little something like this. Number 1, of course, who set it off on the top avatar, who made this avatar thing even come into a light, is Miss 808, is number 1. Now, everybody else after that is in no other order. But Miss 808 was the one who set it off, right? She's the one who set it off. Number 2, of course, right behind her is Bossy. I haven't seen her. Bossy's probably just doing bossy things. She's probably at the bakery. Might be getting a rental, driving to LA. Who knows what she's doing? She might be on a plane. She might be telling somebody to give her money. I don't know. Bossy does bossy things. That's number two, bossy. Right. So number one, 808. Number two, bossy. Number three, got to give a big shout out to the OG in the game, the one who put her head to the side, put her head to the side. I felt like I was in the Highlands. And you guys know who she is. She's our Maud. Big respect to the Mauds. She goes by the name of What the Duck is number three. What the Duck is number three. Number three is What the Duck. Number four coming through at number four. Who do we got? Who do we got that steps her avatar game up at number four? Always looking great. Fabulous. Is the one and only. That's a clean. That's not a immaculate. That's not an immaculate white cat. No, kitty, an immaculate kitty. It is a concept. An immaculate kitty is a concept. It's more like a clean white. Now, calm the F down is Michelle Beach. Oh my God, Michelle. That's not a 737. That's a 737 Max. Michelle Beach coming in at number four. And number five. And honestly, number five, before she even put that picture up, was Terry Dory. Because the picture that she had up the other night was a great picture of her. It looked like she was in a Maxim magazine, People magazine, page 108. Terry Dory tells her story. Terry Dory tells her story of the ups, the downs, the trials, the tribulations. Now she's on the way to success. So number five. So number one, we got 808. Number two, we got Bossy. Number three, What the Duck. Number four, Michelle Beach. That ain't a 737. No, that's a 737 Max. And that's one clean white. And number five, Terry Dory. Let's go. How we doing out there, people? How we feeling? Come on. LTL, what up? LTL got a message from the flight deck to Will Henry. He says, Will Henry, oh, William. Will Henry speaking on TB. I regret that I got even this close to him. Yeah, that's some wild shit. And he does. He does regret that every day of his life. Post the winners' picks. Well, Bobby Jean, the winners' picks are here. They're here. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll go through it tomorrow and I'll post it. But Thursdays is her day, and we're creeping into Friday. So I wanted to get that out on Thursday because every Thursday, this is something new. I'm in the beginning stages, Bobby Jean. I appreciate that for sure. I will make it a little tighter. Your man J.F.K. definitely will make the concept a lot tighter. I really didn't have time. It came to my head today that we're going to do it. And I said, well, what day can we do it on? I said, it got to be Thursday because Thursday is her day. Thursday is her day. So every Thursday, we're going to pick the best 5 avatars for that week. Every Thursday. And as it goes along, we'll come up with maybe prizes. I don't know. Do something. just figuring it out. You know what I mean? These are concepts. Try to have some fun on the show, and I love to see my lovely ladies, and I want to see you guys. I want to see you shine. Your confidence. It's good to have compliments and keep it fun. Motivation, man. Motivate one another. That's what it's all about. A little bit of motivation. You know what I'm saying? That's all, man. You know, you ladies work hard on yourselves every day. You wake up. A lot of you ladies are mothers. A lot of you ladies got a lot of shit going on. And I mean, not negative shit. You know what I mean? Just shit in general. But that's hood booger talk. You know what I'm saying? You got things going on as well as myself. So that's all. That's all. Does that make sense? I don't know. Okay. All right. Where the hell is James Jackson? Anybody know where he is? Oh, there he is. James Jackson. Is that you? I don't know. Yes. Shout out all the beautiful ladies and handsome gentlemen for sure. And all my fellas too. I mean, if the fellas want to step it up with the avatar picks, I can't pick that. I mean, if the ladies want to pick the avatars and we could do it every Friday for Guy Day. So we got Thursday is her day, Friday is Guy Day. I mean, whatever. Then the guys can step it up. I just don't think the ratio is the same. But if the guys want to step it up, they could step it up. But the ladies would have to pick. We'd have to pick a couple. Ladies would have to pick. We'd have to do like something for the, you know what I mean? Something for the figure it out. You know what I mean? Do something in the chat or something like that. But a lot of these guys, man, they want to hide behind weird. They want to hide behind Tom Brady pitches and shit. Yeah, no thongs on the man. And keep in mind, man, J.K. looking fabulous. Ramona, look at her. I mean, goddamn, Ramona. I mean, as we just journey on, J.K. Ramona. I mean, come on, look at that. Two beauties right there. And I mean that with all due respect. And that's what it's about. You know what I mean? And I mean, honestly, a lot of people don't want their faces on the internet, right? So what I'm saying is this is a safe space. If you want to come on the live stream, change your profile picture, and since you're always in this chat, it's a concept, ladies and gentlemen. Since you're always in this chat, if you want to show your face to the chat, then you can show your face to the chat. If you go into other chats with a Winnie the Pooh avatar, hey, that's your business, right? But if you want to come in here and show your face and stun on them real quick, meaning, flex on them, show them what you got, go ahead and do so. This is your chat, people. For sure. For sure. For sure. Evelyn said, I need to show my face. Laugh out loud. Well, the office there, Evelyn. Like I said, this is a safe space for all ladies, all the gentlemen, and things like that. We know what Jimmy looks like. We also found out Jimmy has a hairless. Oh, God. Damn, that was crazy. Oh, that sounds fucking crazy.
Here's a rap song based on
Shit. So, like I said, the name of this show, it's a concept show. Can a turtle and a wannabe agree? Is the concept of conflict? Karen Reed is free, but is the truth. And back to the truth. The truth of the matter is this: that night at the Waterfall Bar and Grill, as I break down everybody that was there before I got interrupted with Miss 808 causing severe turbulence and breaking down the avatar winners of this week, there was one lonely gentleman. Like I said, I'll run through it. It was Caitlin, it was Tristan, it was Brian Albert, it was Nicole, it was Jen McCabe, Maddie McCabe, it was Karina and her husband, who's known as the Greek couple. It was Karen Reed, it was John O'Keefe, it was Chris Albert, it was Julie Albert, and it was one person by himself, sitting there all by himself. He's a third party suspect. Some people call him ATF Agent Higgins. Others call
Hey
him.
man, what's up, guys? Kevin from South Boston.
What's up, Kevin from Southie? What's happening?
Listen, I appreciate the things that you two do, you and James, right? But let me ask you something. Those two dudes that you're. Hey man, what's up, guys? Kevin from South Boston.
Hey man, what's up, guys? Kevin from South Boston.
Hey man, what's up, guys? Kevin from South Boston. Hey man, what's up, guys? Kevin from South Boston.
Hey man, what's up, guys? Kevin from South Boston.
So this story's crazy. If you don't know this story, Kevin from South Boston, aka Higgins. So January of 2022, John O'Keefe and Karen Reed went to Aruba. And while they was in Aruba, they were there with John O'Keefe's with his niece and his nephew. His two children at that point, they were orphaned. They looked at him like they were his kids, although he was Uncle John for sure. His sister, John O'Keefe's sister, died of some type of brain cancer. And shortly after that, the dad died of the children. John, being a Boston police officer, solid guy, took in the kids. In 2020, Karen Reed and John O'Keefe rekindled a relationship. Back in 2003, 2004, John O'Keefe, 20 years prior, oh, they were kicking it. A little less than 20 years, prior to 2020. They were kicking it. They were young kids in their 20s. Then nostalgia kicked in, right? And then timing kicked in, right? Then placement kicked in, right? The pandemic love, pandemic kids. A lot of people had pandemic babies for sure. And Karen went through a lot of stuff between 2003, from 2004 till 2020. She had something like 9 operations. She had colon cancer, got her colon removed. Found out she had MS. Been through a lot for a young lady. 2020 comes across. She meets John O'Keefe. They come back. It is pandemic time. John's living a different life. He's not living that fast life. He's not in the streets like that no more. He got 2 kids. His story was a sad one. Her story was a sad one, somewhat. But they were back. They were trying to make a sad situation into a great situation, and they were moving forward. And all of a sudden, God was present. Oh, yes, God was present. But when God is present and the blessings are present, guess who else is present? The devil. He's right there. Comfort, inconvenience, pandemic, Netflix, and chill. Oh my God, everybody's gonna die. What are we gonna do? Let's hang out and play feetsies and watch Netflix and chill. Let's do our thing. They got real close. Nostalgia. Nostalgia is a funny thing because nostalgia could get you in trouble. The worst thing it could do for you is get you killed. Would you believe it? Hmm. Hmm. R.I.P. Officer John O'Keefe. Evelyn Santos, I know this. I said the worst thing it could do for you is get you killed, but nostalgia could get you in trouble. Got to pay attention to the signs. Pay attention, first grade, right? Just pay attention, you'll pass the class. But if you don't pay attention, work and play with others, you will fail first grade. You will stay back, not because of your grades, not because you can't read, because you won't pay attention. Where you sit down, Jesus. That's first grade. Pay attention. Just pay attention. Evelyn Santos loves to always say JFK. Let me tell you my opinion, JFK. A Chevrolet Chevette was actually better than the Volkswagen Rabbit. It really was. The Chevette was a little bit better. It had a 2.1 inline. The Rabbit was different. I mean, I didn't like the Rabbit. I liked the Golf. The Golf was better than the Rabbit. Well, what's a Rabbit and a Golf to a Jetta? And what's a Jetta to a Chevette? And what's a Chevette to a Chevelle? I don't know, Evelyn. I don't know. What are you talking about? Holy shit. You know who could explain that better? Evelyn. You know who can explain all that better? Evelyn. You know who can explain that better, Evelyn? Oh my God.
Lost in a dream, don't know which way to go. If you were all that you seem, then baby I'm moving way too slow. I've been a fool before, wouldn't like to get my love caught in the slamming door. How about some information, please? Oh, straight up now tell me, do you really wanna love me forever? Oh, am I caught in a hit and run? Straight up now tell me, is it gonna be you and me forever?
Kevy Kev, ladies and gentlemen.
I was just adjusting that kid. I just adjusted that kid's cob on his fucking GoPed.
Yeah, was that Evelyn in the Chevette?
God damn.
Plymouth
God
County,
damn.
Massachusetts DA Timothy Cruz is just another politically connected a piece of she. He's running for re-election, and this Clancy case is his golden ticket, and all he cares about is re-election. For sure, for sure. Everybody pay attention to Scotty McGinnis in the chat, always dropping jewels, for sure.
That's right. Scotty's been here.
So, like I said, Kevy Kev, I'm just getting into it a little bit about the nostalgia about the case. So, with Karen Reed, so where I was in the story, if they don't know, that they ended up going to Aruba in 2020 and 2022, and they ended up going to Aruba a couple of years later into the relationship, into this pandemic type relationship. The world starts opening up a little bit. They jump on a bird, a 737 Michelle Beach, but it wasn't a regular 737. It probably was a Max. And they flew over there, and when they get there, John starts getting a little drunk, and there was two people there, one being his best friend's baby's moms, and she was there with her little sister, who he said was like his little sister. Karen was in the room with the kids hanging out at the hotel during the festivities. She goes out by the pool, and bam, there's John O'Keefe, tongue kissed her, his little sister. One he claims was like his little sister. That is the word on the street. I don't know. But allegedly, he was all over his best friend's baby's mother, little sister, who he says was like his little sister. So obviously, Karen, being who she is, a fierce firecracker. I mean, I guess, how about this? A fierce firecracker that don't give a fuck? I mean, is that 3 Fs for you? I don't know. She gets upset. Bam, bam. Shortly after that, about a week later, she's out weed whacking back in the city of Canton, Massachusetts on 1 Meadows Ave. She's out there weed whacking. Well, she's weed whacking is a creep, a professional creeper, as my man Kevy Kev 781 will break it on down. A professional creeper, and his name is who?
Kevin from South Boston,
AKA
Higgins.
Brian
Higgins. That's right.
For sure. Yeah. And tell him what's your perception on that? She's out there weed whacking John's house, and she has her own house. Keep in mind, Karen Reed has her own house, her own things going on, and she's out there maintaining John's property. And here comes this guy, Brian Higgins. You want to take it from there? Grab the mic. Go ahead, Kev.
Yeah. I mean, supposedly, from what we understand, he rolled up. You know, passenger window goes down, and he's saying, "Hey, what are you doing? What are you cutting the lawn for?
Why?
You know how to put the string in that? You know." Small talking with her, you know. she ends up catching a nickname over the shit. But I will say this, from our understanding with Karen Reed, that she kind of barked back a little bit. She said, "Hey, my boyfriend's a Boston police officer. Beat it." And he still, he still had to add his 2 cents in. I mean, what was he doing driving by John's house? Number one, that's the question that would like to know why too. I mean, he's out there creeping. And when I say professional creeper, I'm telling you, he's trained like this. He's a trained fucking creeper. ATF agent, he's like a chameleon. He's made to fit in. One day he could be wearing a Bon Jovi t-shirt, with a mullet. The next week he's, got a Next Friday shirt on. Listening to some LL Cool J. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Mm-hmm. For sure.
He's made to fit in. He's made to, just blend in with the woodwork. I mean, he calls that decorated. I don't know if I'd call that decorated.
And then shortly after that, they have this exchange for words. Now, keep in mind, I just broke down what happened in Aruba. Now, Karen's feeling down. Karen, got to keep in mind, I mean this with all due respect, she has a bag on the side, right? She lost her whole colon. I would only assume I'm a colon cancer survivor. She's a colon cancer survivor. That's one thing I got in common with Karen. I actually talked to her about that, which was pretty cool. She asked me if I lost my colon. I said no. But it's a scary thing, man. I lost some of my colon for sure. And I still have issues here and there. You're never the same after that shit, I mean, and what I love what Karen Reed said in one of the recent interviews she talked about in Rotten Tomatoes, or excuse me, Rotten Mangoes. She said, "You're not coming out of this.
Goddamn.
You're not coming out of life like with everything. Like you're gonna lose your hair, your teeth. You might lose your colon. You might lose a finger. You might lose a loved one. Like you're gonna lose when when it's all said and done.
Yep.
It's how you bounce. It's how you bounce back. So, I think that at that point, yeah, and her Crohn's disease too. Right? Hers is from Crohn's disease. What, colon cancer?
You gotta stay focused.
Are you saying that she got a colon removed because of Crohn's disease? She had colon cancer. I'm telling you, right? If you're saying that she lost her colon because of Crohn's disease, I'm telling you that she lost her colon because of colon cancer. I know that, like, that's a fact. Like, she had colon cancer. I don't think she really talked about it that much, but I talked to her about it. So,
I'll tell you, man. I mean, medical issues like that, I mean, it seemed
okay.
like,
I'm sorry, guy. I'm reading the chat. Crohn's is a risk factor for colon cancer. Okay. All right, guys. I'm just trying to get on. Keep in mind, I'm reading the chat fast, guys. I don't mean to bark at you guys. I'm reading the chat fast. I'm trying to run a show. I got Kevin, my co-host, trying to keep it going, trying to keep entertained. So but I'm looking. Okay, I get you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll tell you with the multitude of medical issues that she had, all at once, dealing with all that shit all at once. I'll tell you, man. I mean, you need to be focused on life. You got to be 100% focused, man, on the bounce back. You know what I mean?
I love that.
It's the truth, man.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what it is, recovery is a struggle. I mean, it could be, just recovering from, a knee replacement, physical therapy could be
Or
recovery.
mentally.
Yes.
I mean, mental recovery and spiritual. Let's where's Chimmy speaks, because if Chimmy ain't speaking, then the world is wrong. Like
God
the
damn.
day Chimmy's not speaking, that's when we all got to get on our knees,
Fuck.
and pray to the gods. But yeah, man.
It's it's just a crazy dynamics, man. You know. Man, when you're in those, I mean, being in them hospitals, man, that could drive you crazy.
Yes. So with that being said, she went through what she went through. He went through what he went through with his sister, and they met in 2020, rekindled the friendship. And here they are in 2022. The pandemic is basically on the downslide. The doors are starting to open. They're on a bird. They're in Aruba. That goes down. She's holding a grudge. I mean, rightfully so. And then here comes Higgins, Kevin from South Boston, creeping around One Meadows Ave, a guy who's an ATF agent, a guy who has a seat, a desk, a bed, a car, 2 cars, maybe 3, over at the Canton PD with his boy, the chief over there. RIP to him too. He passed away. What was his name? Chief. It begins with a B. What was the chief who passed away? The name? There's a lot of names, man. A lot of characters. Chief
Berkowitz.
Yeah, Chief Berkowitz. R.I.P. Chief Berkowitz, man.
Yeah.
So he had it going on over there. He runs up on Karen. The question is, how long has he had eyeballs on Karen? And why did he pull up to Karen? You see your friend's girlfriend. This is supposed to be a colleague, another police officer, living in the town. Why'd you run up on her? And then what was the exchange? Now, at that point, like I say, Karen, she's probably checking her market value, seeing, he's probably coming on to her a little bit, using keywords, letting her know that he's a sneak. And she picked up on the vibes, and she ended up getting his phone number, gave him a call, and he said, "How'd you get my phone number?" And she said, "It's the weed whacker girl. And I feel like me and you are on the same level. I feel like, basically we could creep together." And she just wanted to hook up. And I think she wanted to see what it felt like for someone, because obviously that little interaction they had based on experience, she was picking up the vibes that he wanted her, because she wouldn't just call and if she didn't think that he wanted her. So she knew that. And she just wanted to, I hate to say it, ladies and gentlemen, she wanted a 93. Ooh, and that means she just wanted to hook up and keep it moving. But Higgins' punk ass wanted to suss the situation out, make it more difficult, and try to figure the situation out, when he already was doing the worst thing possible anyway, being a sucker, breaking the bro code. He was already being an idiot doing that. So he was trying to justify his actions, and they never could be justified. Yeah. So keep in mind, people say that Karen went behind John's back. For sure she did. But keep in mind, Higgins, if he would have never showed up to One Meadows Ave, this would have never happened, allegedly.
I mean, and just the fact that, they had a relationship, John and him as well. You know what I mean? Somewhat of a relationship, to be able to know who each other is, you know what I mean? And coming from the same line of work. I mean, it's just, it's a shame that, he didn't handle it like a man, Higgins,
No. You're not supposed to do that to you. You just don't break the bro code. You know what I mean? And he should have reached out to John and said, "John, listen, your girl been hitting me up, man. Like, is that your girlfriend, man? Like, that's your girl? Because if that's your girl, I can't talk to her. Like, that's your girl. I don't want to disrespect." Like, he should have let him know. But instead, he played the game. He played the sneak. And unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't dress the elephant in the room, sometimes the sneak gets away. So here we go. She talks to him behind the back. He's making it awkward. There's these crazy text exchange back and forth. I mean, cringe-worthy type things, ladies and gentlemen. Just a lot of question marks, a lot of question marks, question marks, question marks, question marks with some type of emoji.
Mark, an exclamation point, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, an exclamation point with some question marks, question mark with a couple of exclamation points, and then some type of emoji, quotations, it's a smiley face, question mark, exclamation point. What do you want from me? Question mark, 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 question mark. You're hot.
Oh, fuck out of here.
Hey, who's that?
Hey, man, what's up, guys? Kevin from South Boston.
Yeah. Brian Higgins spoke at Kenneth Berkowicz's retirement party. Higgins said something like, if you need to hide a body, call Berkey. The tape of that was scrubbed from the CCTV's video, never seen again. Yes, this is true.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So here we go. Now they talk, they end up hooking up. Karen Reeves ends up going to Higgins's apartment. They allegedly nothing happened. This is on the words of Brian Higgins in testimony in the first Karen Reeves trial. There was 2 trials, ladies and gentlemen. The first trial was a mistrial. Second trial found not guilty. Only found guilty for a DWI. Got a year probation, which a year already passed. Now she's officially free. But the question is the truth free? See, the name of this a live stream, ladies and gentlemen, as we creep on the hour mark. Can a turtle and a wannabe agree? Is the concept a conflict? Karen Reed is free, but is the truth? They say the truth will set you free, but is it free? It is free just to tell the truth. Feel free to tell the truth. But that seems in the Turtle Boy case, ladies and gentlemen, can a morally corrupt Turtle Boy and a wannabe rapper agree? Will a real JFK please stand up? Please stand up. Can a morally corrupt Turtle Boy and a wannabe rapper agree? So what happens now is, before we get into who the guy Turtle Boy is and how he comes into the whole fold and how he blows the whole lid off this shit and makes everybody go, what the fuck is going on in Kent? Holy shit.
Make you go.
Oh, it made you do that for sure. For sure. For sure. Ladies and gentlemen, at the hour mark, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to give you fair warning. We have a brand new drive-through. A brand new drive-through starring Marisol. A brand new drive-through. But listen, you got to drop a super chat and help us pay for that drive-through order. This drive-through order does not pay for itself, ladies and gentlemen. Who wants a brand new drive-through at the 1 hour mark? We already did the fresh. Thursdays is her day. 5 Avatar winners. Number 1 was Miss 808, the one who was the pioneer of this shit. Number 2 was Bossy. I don't know where she's at. She's probably in a Lamborghini on South Beach. Number 3 was What the Duck, old school in the Highlands, here to the side, jumping in and out to 87. Number 4 was Michelle Beach, and she said, God damn, that is one clean white. Whoa. And number 5 is Terry Dory. You know her story. Number the 5 winners of the Avatar. Thursdays is her day. You got to check it out. Feel free, if you're in the JFK chat, to switch up your avatar so we can see your beautiful face. And every week we're gonna pick the top 5 avatars for the week. On Thursday. So check that out, man. This is something new, something fresh. But as we travel on into the drive-through, when there's a drive-through, we need to pay for that drive-through order. For sure.
Let's go.
So here we go. Karen Reed goes to Brian Higgins' house. They have this weird get-together. I guess nothing happens. This is what Higgins said in his testimony in the first trial. And shortly after that, January 28th of 2022, they end up at the Waterfall Bar and Grill. Would you believe it? That whole day, Brian Higgins, Brian Albert, and another Boston police detective traveled back from New York. The blizzard already hit NYC. They were running from it all the way back to Boston.
It, man. That's right.
Storm chase. Coming back to Canton, that area. John O'Keefe they wanted to hang out. It was a Friday night going into a Saturday. They wanted to hang out before the blizzard hit. They knew they were going to be sidelined for like 3-4 days. So, hey, man, before we do that and get caught up in the house, let's go out with a bang. So they all ended up at the waterfall is where it all went down. But like I said, at the waterfall, go ahead, bro.
I wanted to just add something in there, man, that I've always wanted to add in there is that, let's not forget about where they were coming from that day.
Where were they coming from, sir?
They were coming from a funeral, for a fallen officer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know whether he had died in the line of duty, but let me just tell you something, man.
He did.
They must have been, charged up a little bit,
Yeah.
pissed off, just lost a fucking, an officer in the line of duty. The things that they never want to have happen or they don't want to hear about it. They don't want to see it. They might have known the guy, personally. But let me tell you something. They must have been, mentally a little fucked up too, charged up. But go ahead, man. Sorry. Yeah, they drove, a 5-hour ride or a 4.5-hour ride from New York, storm chasing it all the way back to Mass. Go ahead.
Wow. Look at this. Look at this avatar pic. I mean, they are showing out for us, man. These are people that I like. Mo Sip 23. They're Mo Sip 23. It's like that. Mo Sip. No shit, Mo Sip. God damn. Beautiful ladies in the house tonight. Do my ladies run this? Hell yeah.
You know what we got for the ladies?
Yes, we do. Ha ha. I used to travel to funerals when on the job, so I understand the traveling and drinking they did as alleged. So now they came back from New York somehow or another. Chris Albert. This is all alleged. This is all speculation, but my POV of it, the story, how I understand it, is that Chris Albert kind of got Karen Reed, John O'Keefe to come down to the waterfall to join his family because they were celebrating the birthday of little Brian Albert. But the problem with that situation, as I break up a little bit, sorry for my internet, ladies and gentlemen. I know I'm breaking up. I'm going to just go off camera for a second. As they were celebrating Brian Albert's birthday party, the problem with that is, ladies and gentlemen, Brian Albert didn't come out. He did not come out. He did not join the festivities at the waterfall to celebrate his birthday, which was the 29th of January. He didn't come out, right?
No. Nope, he didn't make an appearance.
Nope. I'm just working through some turbulence. I can see my internet.
You would have thought that he would have made it out.
Yeah, for sure. But he didn't come out. Sorry, I'm a little fuzzy, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully I get back. The internet wants to kick back. I think I'm coming back and forth a little bit.
Yeah, you want to
looking down at my.
Want to do the circles and we'll do it that way for a couple minutes? There he is.
No,
there he is.
Wow, there he is.
Updated it, God damn. Mic check to the gods.
Nice, brother. Yeah, but your picture doesn't show up on the YouTube screen.
Oh, it don't?
Nah, for some reason. I could see it here, but they can't see it.
Wow.
Would you believe it?
Would you believe it? God
you know what it is? I'm uploading something right now, so I think that's the reason why it's happening. My internet's hacking up. Yeah, I think we're good now, though. Yeah, we're better now. We're better now. Little choppy, a little choppy. Yeah. So anyway, sorry guys. I just try to keep my eye on that. I'm actually working it out with my internet people that I get my internet from. Like, dude, what's going on? You got me with all these different things going on. This internet shit. They're like, oh, what are they made me get the internet booster, whatever. They made me buy that. Like boosts the internet or something.
Yep.
And it's like, man, that shit really ain't working. Because what happens is if you got something uploading or anything happening when you're on the StreamYard, well, for me, it kills
Like
my
it
internet.
lags. It
So
lags a little bit.
yeah, it lags. Yeah. So like if I'm trying to like multitask, like right now I'm trying to upload something to kind of go into the next segment, and then it affected that. And I kind of knew that doing it, but I did it anyway. Just to test it. Now I know not to do that. But anyway, so now here we go. They go to the Waterfall Bar and Grill. Chris Albert, I think, set the whole thing up. That's my opinion, the way I understand it. Pure speculation. I don't know for sure. They all get down to the Waterfall Bar and Grill, and Higgins is the only guy there that's not there with a significant other. Because the problem is, at that point, Higgins is wondering why Karen is there with John because she had ghosted him for the past couple of weeks. So now, like I said, little Brian A doesn't show up. Little Brian Albert doesn't show up for his birthday. So now the entertainment switches, if you ask me. Pure speculation, all allegedly. I think at this point, people were in the know what was going on with Higgins and Karen. Not everybody, but I would assume that Chris might have known. I assume that Brian A might have known, and maybe the one and only, ladies and gentlemen, J.F.K might have known. Like I said, this is pure speculation. This is entertainment. This is just a story. It was on Lifetime. It's been all over the papers. This is the way I see it. Just an opinion. It's not defamation. I don't know what happened. Nobody been charged. So please, McAlberts and Higgins, calm the fuck down. But you, Kevin from South Boston, called me. So leave me alone. I didn't call you. You called me. God damn it.
Remember, too, you threw the number up. Remember when you threw the number up and you let it run?
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, he called twice. Everybody knows that. I'm just not even going to get into that. But anyway, so now he's there. Brian Albert's there with Nicole. Chris is there with Julie. Karen's there with John. Maddie's there with Jen. Caitlin's there with Tristan. The Greek couple's in full effect. And Higgins is there all by himself staring at Karen Reed around 11:32. He texts Karen Reed, I'm well. With John O'Keefe right there, ladies and gentlemen. John O'Keefe's right there. Her man's right there. Why would you text another man's girl when her man is right there? Is that not looking for trouble? What world do we live in not to think that if you text another man's girl with her man right next to her in a bar on a Friday night and he happens to find out knowing that you actually met up with her, and let's backtrack a little bit. She actually went to a football game that was being played on the big screen at John O'Keefe's house about a couple of weeks prior. It was a Patriots game, and he went there, and he only went there because Karen said, hey, come to this game. And John said the same thing. Come watch the game. So he showed up. And as they're watching the game goes off. And what does Karen do? She breaks out the Hennessy privilege. Oh, she breaks out the fucking Henny privilege, ladies and gentlemen. And Jimmy knows how the Henny goes. Anything is possible. When you hit the Henny, the cognac, anything is possible. For real. The two little kids was there. What do you think Officer Higgins, Brian Higgins, was doing? He was playing video games with the two kids. He was playing games for sure. And all the while, John O'Keefe is thinking that Higgins is a nice guy, but all the while, Higgins and Karen Reed were texting and flirting and making arrangements to get together to. Solid dude he is, huh, Higgins? You're one solid fucking dude. So then all of a sudden, she walks him out the house. She walks him out the house, says, hey, come through this sneaky way. And he goes out the sneaky way with her. And all of a sudden, he planted a kiss on her, right? And it wasn't like a friend.
No.
It wasn't like a friend, right, Higgins? Is that what you testified to? It wasn't like a friend. So now they're at the waterfall, and then she recovers from that. She knows what she did at that point was wrong. And that's the thing. When a girl is feeling slighted, ladies and gentlemen, if you deal with women, if you're a man who dealt with a woman, or even a man who feels slighted, sometimes we do dumb shit. It's human behavior. We go out, we check our market value. We might go out and make a fucking mistake because our significant others are treating us like shit, right? And if you're going to overreact and play the fucking victim like a little pussy, I'm talking about a man. If your girl goes out and checks her market value, you're going to be like, boo-hoo, go cry a fucking river. What do you think's going to happen? If you're treating your woman like shit, what the fuck do you think she's going to do? Like, come on. I mean, what planet do you live on? You didn't learn that shit? And I learned that. I mean, I don't know. I had girls since I was in the 6th grade. I'm just sorry. That's just me. That's just me. I ain't never had a problem with getting a girl. I'm just saying. I'm just speaking facts.
I mean, we all heard the text messages, man, once they got, brought to light and shit. And that motherfucker had no game at all.
And but what did he do? What did she do? After she realized it was wrong, she did what most girls would do. She would stop calling you. And that would let you know, like, listen, man, I got off track. I was cooked up, right? And now that's it. I'm not going to explain myself. What is there to explain? That's what any real woman would do. They would just not talk to you. And if you're going to like sit there and be like, well, will you please talk to me? Like, well, what's the deal? What are we talking about? It's very simple. I was never yours. You were never mine. Get out your feelings. You see who I'm with, respect. But Officer Higgins, you wanted to be territorial, huh? Or you wanted to be the big dog, huh? You wanted to stop peacocking, huh? Now you were taking your frustrations out on somebody else, huh? Anyway, allegedly. John was a narcissist. He was emotionally abusing Karen, making her go crazy, and I'm sure he cheated a lot. Well, I could tell you this, the variant. I appreciate that, but you know what? John O'Keefe is gone, and that's it. And when you're dead, we don't talk bad about the dead. At least on this show, we don't. So R.I.P. John O'Keefe. I don't know if he was a narcissist. At this point, you know what's narcissist? You know who the biggest narcissists are? A fucking cockroaches. You ever see a cockroach? Oh, them motherfuckers are narcissists, man. Especially them German motherfuckers. They need a supply. Oh, them German motherfuckers need a supply. Supply. Oh, they need your bananas. They need the water supply. Oh, don't fuck around and drop a crumb. They need that supply. And oh, goddamn, they will leave your home and go find another home. They are the true narcissists, man. Oh, you're a survivor? Oh, I'm a survivor. Good for you. So ain't roaches. They're the biggest narcissists. God damn,
my man. We haven't done that in a while. Shit.
Yeah. We still need justice for John. That's the response to why Karen even entertained Higgins. Yeah, no, for sure. I'm just joking, ladies and gentlemen. That will be on Twitter tomorrow. J.F.K. said Roach is a narcissist.
German roaches, taboo.
Hell yeah. They are, though. They need a supply, man. Them motherfuckers, and they will hit your ride, bro.
Yeah.
I remember, I'm going to tell you a story, man, right? This is some real shit. This is a real story. So I was on the set of the movie Fighter, right? And the bar scene was in the, I don't know exactly you guys, anybody from Lowell that was around there at that time. So when we did the bar scene, it was a fight scene. So Mark, there was two. Mark had a stand-in for him, right? He was actually a cat from Worcester. He was a cool dude. And it was a long shoot. It was 11 o'clock to 4 a.m. shoot. It was a night shoot. So we pulled up in the black truck, E's truck, Eric, the real E. We pulled up, we get out, and we're in the projects. The projects are right behind us in Lowell. I don't know exactly where we were. If someone was in Lowell at that time, they know what I'm talking about, right? So now I'm just chilling. I pull up with Mark in the truck. So I get out the truck with Mark. So there's mad people watching the movie. You know what I mean? Watching the movie being made. So I get out the truck with Mark, but I'm not thinking that when I walk into the crowd, like people are going to stop following me and shit because they think I'm somebody bigger than I really am. But I'm just a hood booger. I'm just chilling, right? So I go walking around and I run into these two Spanish girls. So the first thing they're like, hey, Poppy, disclaimer, goddamn, right? But yeah, so run into these two Spanish girls, man, and I'm with my cousin Ralphie. The first thing we say is, hey, yo, what's up? You guys got any bud? They're like, yeah, let's go smoke. So we go to their house. Man, we go inside their house, bro, in these projects. When I tell you that there was roaches everywhere, it was like walking into the most crazy. Listen, I grew up in Lynn, bro. I done seen it all. I mean, I ain't got to tell you. You know what it is. But this shit was their kid. She had like a teenage son sleeping on the couch. And like there was roaches crawling on him. And I had to get the fuck out of it. No bullshit. I got my shirt off in the middle of a movie, dude. Like filming a movie. I'm like
shaking that shit out.
Yo, I can't make this shit up, man. I'm telling you, man, I ain't making this up. I'm telling you right now, ladies and gentlemen, I would not lie to you. This is some real shit. Wait till my cousin Ralphie comes up here. When I bring my cousin Ralphie up here, everything I ever said will be, without me even saying it, he'll tell the story without me even talking about it. Like crazy shit, man.
Authenticated.
Yo, can't make this shit up, man. It was one run, dude. That 2009, 2010, from 2009, 2011 J.F.K. run was one hell of a run, bro. It was one good run. But anyway, getting back to Karen Reed and these narcissist roaches. People say John O'Keefe was a narcissist. I say, okay, whatever. Every man that does a girl bad is a narcissist, right? If you look at narcissist and really look at that word and look at it, I mean, at that point, anybody could be a fucking narcissist. You know what I mean? If you really look at it. And it's a scary thing. So my thing is to people out there, check your behavior, how you're treating people. You can always do better. You can always do better for sure. And I always try to check the way I'm treating people. I always try to check the way I'm treating people because I'm not perfect and I never want to hurt nobody and I don't need nobody for no supply and I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be a piece of shit. I just don't, you know? So, and if you're living foul like that, check yourself. So John O'Keefe never really had the chance at that point, right? Because John O'Keefe got his life taken or he got hit. Like what happened to John O'Keefe, right?
Yep.
So now they're at the bar and he texts her, I'm well, they're peacocking, and then they leave the bar. Now everybody's leaving the bar, right? Everybody is leaving the bar. And you would think the person who was there all by himself, who wasn't there when anybody, would be the first one to leave the bar, right? But he's actually the last one to leave.
Big hug or anything like that?
I did leave, yes.
You didn't say.
Now, wouldn't he be the first one to walk out the damn door? Everybody's leaving with their girls. Like, why are you still, what are you doing? And does that look like that posture of a man? Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not familiar with the Karen Reed case, I just want you to look at this right now. This guy is Brian Higgins. If you look at his posture right now, this picture, this still shot, you tell me what that looks like. Does that look like a happy man?
No. I'm going to tell you. He wants to know what the fuck's up. That's what he wants to know.
And he said he didn't say goodbye to no one.
Over and give John a big hug or anything like that?
I did leave, yes.
You didn't say goodbye to John, correct?
I don't think I said goodbye to anybody.
And you texted John O'Keefe.
You didn't say goodbye to nobody. What's this, Higgins? What's this? Why is this dude grabbing you like this? Well, what's that all about? Well, what is that? Like, what is that, man? Like, what is going on here? You didn't say goodbye to nobody? Well, let's look again. You keep waving your hands. What's this about? You saying bye? I mean, you didn't mention that. No, I didn't say goodbye, but I was telling John to come on, let's go. I didn't say goodbye to no one. No? Why are you grabbing your head like that, my dude? You look frustrated. What's up? Come on. Let's go outside. Let's go. Let's get out of here. Come on. I don't know exactly what that is, ladies and gentlemen. All I do know is when he testified to this.
Correct?
I don't think I said goodbye to anybody.
And you texted John O'Keefe, you coming here.
I did.
There's a heel toe. Look at Jen McCabe, ladies and gentlemen. His head's going like this. Jen McCabe is watching the whole thing. And I want you to look at Jen McCabe's movement at 11:58 p.m. here at the Waterfall Bar and Grill. She's moving her head. She's looking at these two big guys. She's looking at John. She's moving side to side. She's looking a little worried. But like I said, this is all allegedly. This could be just a pure misread. And now all of a sudden, you see Higgins right there. Who's he talking to? He's right there. John's paying his bill, drinking his last drink. Turn around and you look. And who's that? Face to face. Who's that? Circle to circle. Green line to green line. 128, 2022, 11:58. Who's staring at Higgins? This is the same guy who texts Karen Reed at 11:32, I'm well. This is the same guy who went to a bar that was full of couples and came by himself. This is the same guy that should have been the first one out the door, but he's the last one out the door doing this to John O'Keefe. And by the way, when he got to 34 Fairview, by the way, he texted John O'Keefe, are you coming here?
I mean, and I'll tell you, it looks like out of that group of friends that he was just playing with, he's the only one that looked like he made eye contact with John before he ended up, being found dead. I mean,
so John ends up being found on the lawn. People say there was 7 people who left the house. People say that they didn't see anybody on 34 Fairview's lawn. There's no way. You couldn't see nothing. We didn't look at the lawn. It was snowy out. We all know that the snow didn't really fall. We went out and we did our own investigation and we made a video, and this is what we came up with. This is 34 Fairview Road, ladies and gentlemen. This is the mailbox. This is where Officer Higgins' car would have been parked at when he pulled out the driveway. This is obviously a snowy day. There was actually less snow at the time at 34 Fairview. This is actually 34 Fairview. This ain't AI. This is actual. Although the person who's laying on the ground is not laying the same exact way John was found.
I mean, and that let's highlight that a little bit. I mean, I believe the positioning of the body in this video is different than the way John was laying. I believe John's head was more, his feet were at the curbside and his head was facing that flagpole. So you would have got, however tall John was, you're going to catch a 6 foot, You
got to keep in mind, 7 people drove along this driveway to leave there that night. Now, people tell us, well, that looks like that's the view from like being on the side, like if the camera's more pointed inwards, and I get it. And so here's a view from the cab, from being inside a car. If you was just happening to drive down that street and you happen to look, this is what it would look like inside the vehicle. If you were looking outside, there's a still picture, ladies and gentlemen, of the jury for sure. Let's take a look. This is what it looks like.
Let me tell you something, man. That street is not long at all from that four-way intersection behind in the direction going this way. You come out of a four-way intersection.
Tell me what you guys see. Do you guys see anything in front? If you were driving down that street, leave. 7 people left, ladies and gentlemen. 7 people left. And then you got to keep in mind, I think one big thing that people don't talk about is that people drove down that street all the time. So why didn't somebody else didn't see it? Lucky didn't see it.
Yeah.
Excuse me, didn't see John O'Keefe. Excuse me, didn't see John O'Keefe. Be clear. Didn't see John O'Keefe. What do you guys see?
I see a man in the snow, man.
I see a man in the snow myself. The funny thing about this video, there wasn't close to that much snow, for sure.
No, but the snow was coming down. The snow was falling at that time.
Yeah.
See it in the headlights. In those headlights in this video
here.
It was snowing, but I mean,
it was snowing, but that's not what Scotty's saying. He's saying it wasn't even that much snow on the lawn.
Exactly. Yes, I agree.
A blind man would have seen it. So here we go.
Yeah, there was only enough snow to track a cat.
Yeah.
What kind of cat?
Oh man, dude.
Yeah. Meow. God damn.
That's wild. For sure. Correct, Kevy.
You know? Enough to track a cat.
I got something on my mind. Nowhere else, no, Lord, take me downtown to you. Baby, show me love, but I can't take it. What I said was true, you can't fake it. Still they wanna be with me, still they wanna live with me, still they wanna feel like me, still I can't believe it's me. Time and spend the day, I spend night on being free. On the flight to NYC, I see you in the sea. I wonder why you want to lie when you see me cry, when you see me shy, when you see me high, when you see me die. Where we from, you don't know. You don't know where we will go. Yeah, I'm here, where are you?
At the drive-thru, send the super chat, it's just like that. We roll with a fly crew. We making smoothies after this, so I need 2 straws. We don't give 2 fucks. I am the one they adore. Yeah, yeah. Send the super chat, it's just like that. We need to pay for the drive-thru order. Come on, 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 come on. No fucks given. Made 10,000 last month. We at the drive-thru, suckers. Put your hands up the cap. Send the super chat. Hey, do the Kevy Kev, do the Kevy Kev. Say what? Come on, come on. Long gamers, master energy. You heard what I said. Yes. Do the Kevy Kev, do the Kevy. You.
Static selector. Static selector.
Yeah. the drive-thru. Send the super chat, it's just like that. We roll with a fly crew. We making smoothies after this, so I need 2 straws. We don't give 2 fucks. I am the one they adore. Yeah.
Say less than 6 times. Okay, I've been in a setting with him.
Donuts.
6 times at most? Maybe?
6 donuts.
Long gamers, it is time to match the energy. What type of donuts do you like? Come on.
6 donuts.
All green, everything in the chat. This is your chat. Pay it forward and gift some memberships. Let's go.
Welcome to the stream. Let's go. Let's make the go. Guess we are the hood boogers. Come on. No fucks given. Made 10,000 last month. We at the drive-thru suckers. Come on.
Welcome in, man. Help you. Gotta take you on it. Yes, I'm gonna take the white chocolate pistachio. Yeah, just my regular Marisol, okay? I'm live right now. Give me a fucking break today, okay? I heard it all. Whatever you say, lady. You've been here 5 fucking times today. What are you talking about? Keep your fucking moving, will ya? I can't believe this guy Jimmy, Aunt Deb, Little Deb, I don't know, fucking zebra cake, Swiss roll, whatever he thinks he is. He thinks he's a comedian. He's not even funny. He's really a mean girl. I listened to everything he said. He told me if I wanted to get paid every month on the 21st, really fat, I should get rid of J7. And that's what I did. I got rid of her for you, Jimmy. You taught me how to be a mean girl. I got a Cash App. Besties, bunnies, lovies. Oh, wow. Who's that? Spicy Misty in the chat? This is good. Excuse me, besties. I didn't think I liked waffles, but this chocolate chip waffle's pretty good. It's the Mickey Mouse ones. I'm just a baby. Anyway, Jimmy, I don't know why you do this to me. And Aiden Kearney, I listened to your Bus Stop Live with you and Nurse Kim. You think everything's all good? Well, I got fucking news for you, Mr. Aiden Kearney. It ain't all good, because right after that live, you know what she did? She texted me. And I would never release the texts with Kim. Never. I would hold them close to my vest. Do you think you're going to break me, Aiden? I'll have 5,000 bunnies at your door. On this Bus Stop Live, he reached out to Kimberly Janine. He reached out to her, and the whole story was bullshit. Because right after that live, it was so disproportionate, she texts me. She doesn't watch the shows. She has no idea that Jess Machado talked about her. But you guys watched it. At this... Hey, do you want a fucking bagel? What do you want, huh? What do you want with that fucking coffee, huh? Come on, you're holding up the line. Come on, keep it moving. What's going on over there? I don't care you're live streaming. What's going on? You don't know nothing about a pile-on, Marisol. I made $10,000 last month. It's not easy being me. But I'll take a bagel. Just make sure you spread the cream cheese out. My intestine is swollen. Besties, bunnies, lovies. And I know this puts Kimberly Samantha in a tough spot. But whatever, Kimberly, if you play with fire, you're going to get burned. Now Jimmy's Team J7? This fucking pile-on is stressing me out. My intestine's swollen. I can't shit, bunnies. And Valerie, where the fuck are you from? What are you from, Burlington, Vermont? Like, you're a real weirdo. Like, you got no class. I mean, where do you even come from? Lady, your car's too fucking loud. We can't hear the orders. What are you doing? You gotta fix that car. What's going on with that car? You didn't fix that oxygen. Excuse me, Marisol. This is a custom exhaust, okay? My Jeffrey put this in. Oh, I love this song. Love takes time. You hear when you hurt it inside. You know, things ain't what they seem, bunnies. They just ain't. Yeah. Who sings that song? Who sings that? Marisol, that was Mariah. Yeah, why don't you let her fucking sing it then, all right? Now, here's your order, lady. Come on, keep it moving. Can I get a straw? Can I get 2? Yeah. I'm making smoothies later. Besties, bunnies, lovies.
at the drive-thru. Send the super chat, it's just like that. We roll with a fly crew. We making smoothies after this, so I need 2 straws. We don't give 2 fucks. I am the one they adore. Yeah, yeah. Send the super chat, it's just like that. We need to pay for the drive-thru order. Come on, 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 come on. No fucks given. Made 10,000 last month. We at the drive-thru, suckers. Come on. At the drive-thru, send the super chat, it's just like that. We roll with a fly crew. We making smoothies after this, so I need 2 straws. We don't give 2 fucks. I am the one they adore.
I'm a dirt road in the headlights. I'm a mama's boy. I'm a fist fight. Kinda county line, kinda cold beer. Little hat down, little John Deere. I kinda give it down, I kinda don't care. You see the girl standing right there. She loves a small town boy like me. She's my ride or die, baby. She's my cool, she's my crazy. She's my laid back in the front seat. She's my with me till the end, girl. I'm turning up the 10, girl. She can have anybody that she wants to be, anywhere she wants to be. She loves a small town boy like me. She likes my t-shirt, she likes my old boots. Likes to slow dance to some old school. She take a full moon over them city nights, and I ain't scared to get up in them bright lights. Yeah, I can smooth it out, I can stick it up. I guess that's why she can't get enough of a small town boy like me. She's my ride or die, baby. She's my cool, she's my crazy. She's my laid back in the front seat. She's my with me till the end, girl. I'm turning up the 10, girl. She can have anybody that she wants to be, anywhere she wants to be. She loves a small town boy like me. She loves a small town boy like me. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a sure thing. I'm a real too. I'm a rock star. She ain't gonna ever lose a small town boy like me. I'm a ride or die, baby. I'm a cool, I'm a crazy. I'm a laid back in the front seat. I'm so with you to the end, girl. It's turning up the 10, girl. She can have anybody that she wants to be, anywhere she wants to be. She loves a small town boy like me. She's my ride or die, baby. She's my cool, she's my crazy. She's my laid back in the front seat. She's my with me till the end, girl. I'm turning up the 10, girl. She can have anybody that she wants to be, anywhere she wants to be. She loves.
Appreciate you. That's an immaculate cat right there. Immaculate kitty. An immaculate kitty.
God damn.
That a thing?
I don't love it much, but she love this place. And I gotta find her. And I don't smoke when she does, when she drinks.
God damn. God damn.
Oh man, I was trying to keep it clean, Michelle Beach.
Does that say
now
booty
we gotta,
cat? God damn.
Damn, dude. I gotta
God
keep it.
damn.
Turn this stream down, ladies and gentlemen. I get it, we're all adults, but turn it down. God damn, Jimmy. We got turbulence in the chat, guys, once again.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. This one's explosive.
Question is, what type of tacos do you like? I mean, all I said was,
God damn,
that
bro.
picture, it was an immaculate kitty. It was all white, immaculate condition. Immaculate. Michelle Beach comes in and says, what does she say, J.F.K? Say it. Don't be afraid.
Clean white pussy. God damn.
God damn, Kevin.
I set you right up, bro. God damn, my bad, Kim.
Sorry, man.
God
damn.
Top of that, someone comes in. I can't even keep up. Then someone comes in and says that Chimmy has a hairless. I can't even say because that shit is. That's, give it up for J.F.K, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go.
I like them.
Beautiful, beautiful, immaculate, immaculate. Everybody, go to Kevy Kev 781 on the Cash App right now. Go ping him up. Kevy Kev 781 on the Cash App. Show him how much you love him. Kevy Kev always holding it down, making it great, making it awesome. Oh man, that was one of the classic moments here on the JFK show. We had many.
God damn.
But that is one of them. Poor Kevy Kev. He was so innocent when he answered that too.
It's all right, man.
My bad.
Push me right out front, man. Anytime, bro.
It was
fuck, man.
I mean, that's a classic moment. That is a classic moment. And we actually found out that Jimmy has a hairless.
Yeehaw. God damn.
God damn, Jimmy. Oh. Who said that anyway? Who was the person who said it?
I don't know.
What a time to be alive, for sure. Michelle Beach set it off. She's the one that started all this shit.
God damn. I think I said meow.
I said immaculate. I thought that was an immaculate cat, an immaculate kitty. What a concept. I just thought the cat was in great condition. You see how white that cat was?
Great condition. God damn.
What happened?
You said the cat was in great condition. God damn. Like we were looking at a 70 Chevelle. God damn. Yeah, shit. That cat was in immaculate condition.
It was immaculate. That cat was immaculate. You didn't see that immaculate kitty?
God damn.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden,
said pristine.
But then Michelle Beach would have came in and said it was a fluffy white.
And then we find out it was a pristine hairless.
Oh God
damn.
Shit, Michelle.
God damn.
Michelle Beach, man. She set that off.
Oh, how do you go from a fucking puff Maine Coon to a fucking God damn.
God damn, yo.
1970 fucking
God damn, that Maine Coon.
So scared.
Fucking Maine Coon.
No one would listen, 'cause no one else cared. After my dreaming, I woke with this fear. What am I leaving when I'm done here? So if you're asking me, I want you to know, when my time comes, forget the one that I've done. Help me leave. I dreamed I was missing. You were so scared.
R.I.P. to all the lost ones. R.I.P. to all the lost ones. R.I.P. Marquis Simmons. R.I.P. Nolan Wells. R.I.P. to all the lost ones for sure. R.I.P. to Daniel. People don't talk about these people. What a tragedy story this was in the city of Massachusetts, in the state of Massachusetts. Daniel LeBrew and Safario. Also, Aaron Hernandez took his own life. This was him in the courtroom giving a kiss to his daughter. Everybody lost in that situation. Another sad, sad situation right here. We are outraged. We are outraged for baby Harmony, who got taken by this fucking piece of shit who's actually getting a new trial in the state of New Hampshire. We are outraged. What is happening with our kids? We got Mackenzie. We got Carmelo Anthony. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we got the story we're talking about tonight. R.I.P. Officer John O'Keefe.
R.I.P.
The state's fucked up. Shit's going on. Things is wrong. The world is in a messed up place. We're here to talk about it all. But tonight, as we're creeping up to the 2-hour mark, I go by the name of J.F.K.
And I go by Kev.
Yes. And we are here. Hope you guys are having a great time. In the name of this a live stream, if you're just tuning in right now, I appreciate it. Can a turtle and a wannabe agree? Is the concept of conflict? Karen Reed is free, but is the truth? Will the real JFK please stand up? So the Waterfall Bar and Grill goes down. They call John O'Keefe is found on the lawn. We've seen what happened. And they charge Karen Reed with the death of John O'Keefe. They say that she backed into him. She killed him and left him there to die. There was voice recordings on the voicemail of Karen being upset, saying you're a pervert, which I always came to the conclusion that she called him a pervert when she was leaving, because she thought when he went inside that house, John O'Keefe, if he went inside that house, allegedly, that if he went in the house, Brian Albert would be there, Higgins would be there, and the truth would get out the bag, right? Higgins would tell John, listen, this is what your girl been doing. This is what she's been doing. And that would blow up her spot, and Karen would be upset because Karen would be looked at as a fool. In reality, she was just really upset at what happened in Aruba. So when she hit him up on the voicemail, you pervert, he's probably wondering why you're calling me that. Why are you calling me a fucking pervert? Well, I'm calling you a pervert because the only reason why I'm even decided to talk to that piece of shit, Brian Higgins, because you was acting like a pervert, right? Because you said that was like your little sister in Aruba. Didn't you say that? And you were tonguing her down, right? And I'm sure if that's something that she might have mentioned to him prior, that's something that she would hold in her back pocket and hit him with it any chance she got. Like I said, this is pure speculation. This is Lifetime. This is just a movie script. Speculation. This is my take. It's been a lot of takes. So that's the reason why I think the pervert thing came out, and that's why she ran. Then what is she gonna do? She goes back to John O'Keefe's house, and he goes inside 34 Fairview, starts drinking the beers with the boys. He's gonna find out what type of time, what type of shit that Karen Reed was doing. Holy crack-a-moly! Someone called Jimmy Speaks. You might need assistance, Karen.
And I mean, when you think about like how Karen called John all them, a bunch of times, pissed off, like, for what she knew that he went, he approached the front door and she assumes or says that he went in the house. I mean, if that was the case and John went in the house and he wasn't answering the phone, she would only think the worst. Like, damn, they're talking about me. He ain't answering me because now he knows what I really fucking did.
And think about what you got to understand. One thing about a woman is going to know that if you bring that shit to a man's house with his kids, or just in his house, even if he didn't have kids, and you brought that shit to his house, man, it doesn't even make a difference what the man did at that point.
Exactly. I mean,
First thing I'm thinking is that, man, you brought this to the home. You brought it to, I can't trust you ever because you brought that to my doorstep.
exactly. And you think of what was running through her mind to make that, and then again, you got to think like, he ain't answering the phone. Like she obviously, was like, fuck. Now he knows. This dude
Now he knows.
This dude confronted him.
Well, who else is she going to call? People talk about, well, she called her dad. Why would she call her dad? Well, who else is she going to call? Dad.
Well, she's thinking like she don't know what the fuck's going to happen. Even if he got a ride home, she's probably going to be like, fuck. He's going to tell me to leave. It's fucking snowing out. What am I supposed to do?
Right. Exactly. I'm in the shit house. Like, this is bad. And Dad, when you find out what I did, because her dad's, everybody's going to find out. Like, why is this relationship over? Like, why can't you make it right? What happened? Was it an argument? There was no zebra cakes in the house? The Swiss rolls? You didn't wash his dirty underwear?
You didn't cut his lawn?
You didn't, like, what's so bad about this? Like, you guys can't make it right? Well, let me tell you what happened. I kissed the guy in the house, brought him there, drank Hennessy with him, and went to his house. And he was a cop that worked in the same area as him. He's going to be her dad's going to be like, God damn.
Yeah, we text back and forth for fucking 3 weeks or whatnot.
It's embarrassing at that point because it's not just a breakup. It's a game. Because now you're getting paranoid, I would assume, because there's a lot of people are involved. First off the bat, this kid's involved. And that's just not a replacement. He can't just replace her with another girl. You know what I mean? He can't just be like, hey, let me just, insert a new piece. Because that's
and not for nothing, but like let's just say this too. I mean, with the responsibility that John took on, taking over, the guardianship of his niece and nephew, all right, after that tragedy that happened with his sister's family, all right? He ain't just going to let another woman just into their life. He's not, I'm sure he was smart enough to not just let somebody stay in the house and have, their belongings there and a pair of sneakers in the foyer and a spot to park in the garage next to his car. You know what I'm saying?
Not what these kids been through. These kids lost both their parents. They lost both their parents, and he's wicked. He's freestyling. He's learning on the job, literally learning on the job. Let me tell you something, right? If you never watched a baby come out of your lady, like, he never experienced that. You know what I mean? Like, so deep down inside, people could say what they want about John, but taking his sister's two kids in, obviously that's something that he wanted to experience. And then, maybe with Karen, he couldn't, right? I don't know Karen's situation. I don't know if she could have babies or not, but Karen says that she didn't want to have babies. I heard in some interview, she says she didn't want kids. But he jumped in that situation when these kids were, kind of grown a little bit, growing, should I say.
He stepped right in, man.
He stepped right in. So you're learning on the job, you're freestyling, and that's something that I'm sure he wanted to experience, and he wanted that. He kind of wanted that title. He kind of wanted to be a mentor. Like, that was just inside. Them father qualities were inside him.
For sure. And you know what? It's a shame that he didn't get the chance to show these two kids, his niece and his nephew, that he could have been, probably the best uncle and a good father. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Fucking shame.
It is. It's a shame.
And whoever did this to John O'Keefe, go fuck yourself. Thank you.
I mean, I was going to say the other thing too, that a lot of people, now I just want to say this, like, we see, you know, that part of John from the outside. You know what I'm saying? Like, we see that he took on these responsibilities. He was a stable guy. He had his own house. He had a hot rod. He maintained himself, and some people.
You think that car was a hot rod?
No, I mean, I wouldn't say a hot rod, but I mean.
Well, you just said it was a hot rod. Come on, let's keep. If we're gonna talk about Kevy, you can't.
Yeah, I mean, I seen a picture of it. I mean, it's not. I mean, no, it was a class. It was a class.
It was a class. I mean, come on, Kevy. I mean, you're Kevy Kev 781. You're the car guy. We can't call a classic a hot rod. It didn't have an LT1 under the hood, an LT4. Well, shit, an LT7.
It was a V8 for sure.
Was it? You sure?
For sure.
Was it a Skylark, kid?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think it was a Skylark, man.
What else is convertible in that year?
I think
it was.
I don't know.
Let's ask Scotty McGinnis. Scotty, what was it?
Might have been an Oldsmobile, dude, or
nah, it was a Buick. It was a Skylark. Kid.
Yeah, nah, I don't know if it was a Skylark.
So,
maybe a LeSabre, maybe like an old yeah.
There's no convertible LeSabres, bro. What are you talking? Come on, Kevin, are you slacking on your car?
No, I'm not. I seen the car.
Tell me where there's a convertible LeSabre.
I seen the car. I just don't think. I don't know if it's a Skylark, man.
Where's Scotty McGinnis at? Man? Scotty McGinnis is OG. I think it was say Skylark real quick.
Skylark. Skylark.
Skylark.
I had one. I had a 69.
What number?
69.
God damn. Oh man, you saying that on purpose? Every kid with all these cats in the fucking audience and bunnies and besties.
It had GS badges. It was a nice car, man. Grand Sport. It was a nice car. I bought it off my neighbor and shit, man, years ago. It was a local car, man.
I think it was a Buick Skylark.
But yeah, no, I mean, it was definitely a classic. And what I mean by that is like, and what I'm saying is like.
Go ahead, brother. Sorry. I'm just playing games.
What I'm saying is like, we see all these great traits, like, like him taking that responsibility, him being a stable guy, he held a job, had a house, he had hobbies, you know what I'm saying? But, we don't know, none of us really know John, like, no. Like, that was something that I always, like he was that guy that was like, yo, take your shoes off, man. Like, I don't want you walking around on my floor, where you shoes.
Well, rightfully so, though. You shouldn't be walking around your crib with your shoes on, bringing all that dirt and nasty.
Yeah. But I mean, it was like, I'm sure, that kind of, temperature was like, hey,
Quick update, real quick. We have 5 winners of the Avatar Gay. Number 1, 808. Number 2, Bossy. Number 3, What the Duck. Number 4, Michelle Beach. Number 5, Terry Dory. Congratulations to the 5 hottest avatars on Thursday. Even though I think it is Friday already. Do we hit the 12 a.m. mark? Oh yeah, we're creeping up on the 1. We're on the 1 a.m. mark. Goddamn. Appreciate everybody being here. What the Duck? What up, lovely Maud? And remember, What the Duck, you can always change that picture up, man, and get right back into the game. And you guys can always change them pictures up to get back into the game. Terry Dory, of course. That's the picture that, honestly, Terry, that was the picture that was that I had. And like I said, it's in no order. The first 2, yes. The other 3, no particular order, because 808 pioneered it. Yeah, so we didn't know John O'Keefe, and we knew he was a great guy, and we don't know what happened to John O'Keefe.
But what I'm leading up to is like, we don't know how he would have responded, to something like that. And you know, we always would say it. You know, the only person that would really know John like that would be his brother.
Well, that's the thing. Like there was Karen said that she doesn't think if he found out that she was talking to Higgins, she said it on the Mango podcast that she doesn't think he would react. 1000% he would react if he found out you was in his house drinking
Yeah.
Hennessy with Higgins, knowing that you guys were talking behind the scenes, and then you text him after and told him you should have stayed. And that's the thing. She told him you should have stayed. Now she was probably drunk as a skunk, drunk Texan. I get all that, but she said that if he would have seen that, and then like I said, that would have messed up the whole flow because at that point, Bill Reed, you know, they're all close. The family's all close. Everybody knows that they're this power couple, so to speak. Now, if it just breaks up and it never can be mended, people are going to ask questions, and then Karen, like I said, back to the word paranoia starts kicking in. Like, who's going to throw that out there? And like, she knows that he's involved in a cop community, right? Brian Albert Higgins is in the cop community.
Yeah.
Like, how is she going to be thrown out there? Like, damn, she did she ruin her reputation? Like, you know what I mean? Like, she's going to be worried every time she sees a cop. She's probably going to think a cop knows who she is. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
and knows what she did. Never
knows what
mind
she did.
who she is what she did.
Yeah, like a badge bunny, you know what I mean? Jumping cop to cop, you know what I mean? So at that point, that might have not been her wheelhouse. That might not be who Karen is. But when a woman is fed up and a woman's checking her market value, they do silly things. So who else to call but your dad to say, Dad, I was spun out a little bit. So I mean, this is just my assumption. I mean, excuse me, my analytical thing or speculation, whatever you want to call it. It's all speculation for sure. But now Karen gets charged. March of 2023, ladies and gentlemen, a cat named Aiden Kearney. This is the part you've been waiting for at the 2-hour mark. This whole concept, is this concept a conflict? Everybody knows that this wannabe rapper, this hood booger, really don't like this morally corrupted dude that much. And he thinks the same about me. He actually gave me the nickname. He gave us the nickname, the Hood Boogers. But I don't know. Hood Boogers sound real close to something else. I'm still trying to figure out what exactly is a hood booger. It sounds borderline weird. But whatever. I'm a wannabe rapper, a wannabe tough guy. I'm a fake street dude. You never been to Shirley Max and all these different things is crazy. Yeah, you're right, Aiden. I never been to Shirley Max. You're right. You're right. You're fucking right. But you know what? Unfortunately, for a lot of us guys that are from a lot of guys, you know, out here living our lives, you just never know. You know, you just never know. Life could change in a heartbeat. You know, for good or bad. So, but I've been around. Why don't you go listen to the James Jackson podcast? I actually had a one-on-one session with my guy, Scotty McGinnis, your guy too, right? He got your back 1000%. Corruption for sure. And we had a great conversation about the system. So I know a thing or two about the system. Really doesn't make a difference what joint it is. It's all the same. It's all the same fabric, all the same cloth. But you want to mention Shirley Max. I just use Shirley Max when I say that, my dude, because that is based on the conversation me and Scotty had. A lot of these jails are shut down. Walpole gone. Concord gone. So where do men go when they go upstate? They only got so many options. And classification, as I know it, Mr. Kearney, is Shirley Mack. So if something would have happened or switch up on you and it doesn't go your way, you could end up in Shirley Mack's. That doesn't mean you're going to do 10 years there, 2 years, whatever your sentence could be, if God forbid that happens to you. But that is a place that you might actually go to. And that's unfortunate. That's not to rub it in your face, because I'm not rubbing it in your face. I'm just letting you know that before you run your mouth and before you talk shit and before you crash out and before you let your moral corruption take a hold of your soul, you should think about what you're up against. And then maybe you would calm the fuck down. But that's okay. I don't know nothing. I'm a hood booger, but can a hood booger and can a wannabe rapper agree? Can we agree? Will the real J.F.K. please stand up? Can a morally corrupt turtle boy and a wannabe rapper agree? Is the concept the conflict? It is, because here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, it's this. We've been here. I just broke down the whole Karen Reed story, and that's what this starts with. And it starts with one name that keeps coming up every time that we stood on, and his name is Officer John O'Keefe. That's what it comes down to. What happened to Officer John O'Keefe? So here's the thing. They're charging this guy, Aiden Kearney, for witness intimidation of the witnesses. Most people think the witnesses that he's intimidated are actually the ones who killed Officer John O'Keefe. And actually, Karen Reed, if you don't know the Karen Reed case, ladies and gentlemen, she got found not guilty for the murder of John O'Keefe. So that leaves the question. Who killed John O'Keefe? If she didn't do it, was it the people in the house? I don't know. But one thing is for sure, the investigation was trash. And one thing is for sure, the guy, Aiden Kearney, had a huge opinion. And he went hard. He went extra hard, and he put awareness on this case to where there was 5,000 people that you never seen before rallied up in Norfolk County in the Dedham Superior Court in Dedham, Massachusetts, screaming free Karen Reed, even though she was charged with the death of an officer of the law of a Boston police officer, John O'Keefe. Now, if you don't know the story, there wasn't one Boston police officer there. Outside, not one Boston cop present. All state police, the same state police that are known as corruption. From Michael Proctor to so many state troopers that have been arrested in the last year. Google it. Massachusetts State Police corruption. You will find it. It is a theme. It is an algorithm. I can't make this shit up. And he blew the hinges off, and the Free Karen Reed movement was born. So she gets found not guilty. We got to make a pivot. What's next? She gets found not guilty. Okay, that's the first step. Now the pivot is John O'Keefe. But the problem is there's a little thing happening between that. What happened was on October 2023, December of 2023, Aiden Kearney was at a bus stop, and the police rolled up to him, put handcuffs on him, and charged him with witness intimidation. Shortly after, not even a year when he started talking about this case, he started talking about this case March of 2023. And December of 2023, not even a year, he gets arrested. Am I correct with that? Am my timeline right? I think I'm right.
Yeah, you're right.
Not even a year, they come and arrest him. The same police who arrested Karen Reed, the same police department. Oh, okay, that was October. Okay, yeah, October. Yeah, okay, so October of 2023, he gets arrested. December, he makes the stupid move with the girl Lindsay, and he gets his bail revoked. Okay, all right, so October of 2023, not even a year later, just a couple of months later when you really think about it. March till October, he gets arrested. The same police, ladies and gentlemen, same cops, same people, the tail lights, this, that. But right in the story. But here's a nuance that you don't get, where I agree. In April of 2023, 18th of 2023, there was an FBI, a federal grand jury against all the people in the house. So let's get into a little bit of the story that Gretchen Voss wrote. And let's listen to the audio of it. What she says happens. Now, this is a hit piece against Aiden Kearney and a hit piece against Karen Reed. Okay? And after we hear this, we're going to get into why I agree with Aiden Kearney. But it is a conflict because he's been morally corrupt and he's been having a lot of poor behavior. So a lot of people really don't care what happens to him nowadays. They just don't give a shit. Even if it is siding with the Alberts and saying lock them up, they just don't give a fuck. And that's unfortunate. But we got to do what's right and just say wrong is wrong. That doesn't mean we got to champion his behavior. That doesn't mean he gets a pass for being a morally corrupt dude. But the question is, ladies and gentlemen, is this concept a conflict? So let's get into what Gretchen Voss says, ladies and gentlemen. This shit is wild. What's up, Kevy? Kev, you still with me?
Yeah, I'm here, brother. I'm with you.
How we doing out there, chat? You guys still with me?
Jennifer McCabe spotted him coming across the bleachers at her daughter's lacrosse game. Aiden Kearney, the blogger who goes by the name of Turtle Boy, arrived in a mask and then pulled it off. He wasn't hiding. He shoved his phone, the video rolling, into her face. Hey, Jen, are you worried about what's going to happen to your family when you go to jail? She looked straight ahead from under her baseball cap, trying to ignore him, trying to disappear as the other parents gawked. Jen, did you think you could outsmart Karen Reed? Yes or no? School officials eventually moved in and escorted Kearney from the stadium in Billerica, but he didn't go quietly. Cop killers, that's what they are. They're cop killers, he hollered as they walked him out. The cop he was referring to is John O'Keefe, a Boston police officer found dead in the snow in Canton on the morning of January 29, 2022. He had been seen alive earlier that night after drinking at 2 bars when he got into Reed's Lexus SUV with her during a nor'easter. After Reed was indicted for manslaughter and then second-degree murder in 2022, she maintained her innocence, claiming that the people inside the house where she dropped O'Keefe off, Brian Albert, his nephew Colin, and O'Keefe's close friend McCabe, were the ones responsible for his death. She argued they were able to cover it up thanks to a conspiracy involving dozens of people, including officials from the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office, the Massachusetts State Police, Canton Police, first responders, and expert witnesses. Kearney was the first to report this alternative theory, raising questions about what had, until then, been seen as an open and shut case, at least on the manslaughter charge. Kearney's coverage, he has published more than 550 posts in his Canton Cover-Up series, along with thousands of tweets and hundreds of live streams, spawned a Free Karen Reed movement that spread across Massachusetts and beyond. Fueled by a quasi-religious fervor, the movement cast the witnesses as villains and public enemies, accusing them of framing an innocent woman to evade justice. None of the witnesses was ever charged with a crime, but the rage unleashed against them irrevocably altered their lives. Ever since that first post, and even today, McCabe says she receives frequent phone calls, her voices on the line calling her evil bitch and worse, and Facebook messages accusing her of being a murderer. People drive by her house, take pictures, and send them to her to let her know they are watching. One time, someone edited a photograph of McCabe's daughter and added the caption, "Property of Turtle Boy," as well as digitally generated semen on her face and leg, and sent it to her. McCabe's email and bank accounts.
Like, that's the shit that's crazy, ladies and gentlemen. That's crazy. I do not agree with that shit.
No, and you know what the biggest problem with all that kind of bullshit was is that that stuff can't be undone.
No. That's a perfect point.
You know, that shit's out there and it can't be undone, and you know that's
Donovan says it's a lie. That's his followers doing his dirty work. Donovan said it's a lie. Ladies and gentlemen, how we doing out there? You know how this goes real quick, right? Come on, let's match the energy real quick. Let's go. Come on.
Less than 6 times I've been in a setting with him?
Donuts.
6 times at most? Maybe?
6 donuts.
Long gamers, it is time to match the energy. What type of donuts do you like? Come on.
6 donuts.
All green, everything in the chat. This is your chat. Pay it forward and gift some membership. Let's go.
Static Selector.
Yeah! We all reppin' for Boston, man.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that, guys. Thank you. If you got it to give, go ahead and give some memberships, man. It's better to be all green in the chat, man. Yeah, that shit can't be undone for sure, Kevy Kev 781.
Accounts have been hacked. People wore t-shirts and hoodies with her picture, which at one point were the hottest selling items in Turtle Boy's website merch
That's
store.
crazy.
Similar harassment also played out for the other witnesses. What few people know, though, is that the harassment of the witnesses and anyone who dared to question Reed's defense, including this reporter who has covered the case since its early days, was in fact orchestrated by Reed herself and at times coordinated with her defense team. According to now public text exchanges between Reed and Kearney, often through an intermediary, Reed dictated to Kearney exactly what he should write and how. Her attorneys leaked confidential information to him, and together they orchestrated the harassment of the witnesses. All the while, Reed's camp publicly denied any contact with Kearney. Even the line, "Did you think you could outsmart Karen Reed?" that Kearney spat at McCabe as she shrank into herself at that lacrosse game, had been dictated by Reed. Equally troubling, it seems that Reed's legal team brought their case to the U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of Massachusetts. A federal inquiry into the handling of the police investigation into O'Keefe's death followed. The federal investigation, which departed from standard investigative practices in ways that legal experts have questioned, resulted in Reed's defense team gaining access to evidence they might not have had otherwise obtained, including lead state police investigator Michael Proctor's personal text messages. The federal investigation ultimately went nowhere, but its mere existence lent legitimacy to Kearney's accusations, gave much of the public the impression that the witnesses might be perpetrators of the crime, and quite possibly affected the outcome of the trial itself. Meanwhile, instead of protecting witnesses to a crime, the feds left them hanging out to dry.
Now, this was a hit piece by this is in the Boston.com. This is a veteran, Gretchen Voss, excuse me. This is her. This woman's reading it. I don't know her name. I got a piece of weird Fall River accent. He sent this to me so we could play it instead of reading it. But yeah, you heard what she's saying. Like this is an indication of what's going to come in the Netflix documentary series that we hear that's coming in this fall, which a couple of months. I mean, next month. I mean, it's basically August already, right? I mean, so September, October, and his trials in December. I mean, this is an indication of what they're drawing up. This is the game plan, right? Kevy Kev?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Once this mainstream, CBS, all them news cover, all those news anchors, man, once they start, you're going to start seeing shit. Let me tell you.
But the question is, can a wannabe and a turtle agree? How do you combat this? They're talking about the feds left them hanging. The feds, it was an investigation, this and that. But they also say this. She also goes on to say this. Pay attention, people.
As the harassment, fueled by public knowledge of the federal investigation itself, continued to upend their lives. Now, a little over a year after Reed was acquitted of killing O'Keefe, the witnesses who continue to suffer harassment are taking matters into their own hands. They have secured legal representation from famed Sandy Hook lawyer Chris Maddie, who took down Alex Jones and won the largest defamation verdict in U.S. history, and are suing Reed and Kearney for defamation. I loved John, and I loved his niece Kaylee, who called me at 4:53 that morning, McCabe says today. All I did was answer a call and try to help, and for that, my life has been destroyed. It was 2:07 a.m. on April 18th, 2023, when Kearney sent a message from his home in Holden. He'd been typing feverishly, working on his initial blog post about the murder of John O'Keefe. Now he attached it to a message for an intermediary between him and Karen Reed. Quote, "Read it over." Change exonerating to exonerate at the end of the first paragraph, Reed responded through the intermediary at 2:09 a.m.
And the way they write, like how the text messages between. Now, keep in mind, it's back to the sloppy Aiden Proctor. This was supposed to be his baby. This was supposed to be his work. And I'll say this: if you're 1,000% innocent of a crime, there is no blueprint how to fight the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. If they're looking to throw you in the cell for the rest of your life, you got to do what you got to do. But the person you're doing it with, who has the power to get it out there, the journalist or whatever, you would hope that he would keep this in a safe. Unfortunately, it leaked out, and now it's in the hands of people who think that This was all just a big conspiracy to make a movement and make a lie up to get her off to taint the jury pool.
I mean, is that what was supposed to happen?
Well, the thing is, every time you turn the stone, they act like there wasn't a first trial. It's like they act like we didn't see the trial. That's the problem with that, with this hit piece. Like, okay, well then explain butt dials, and explain this, and explain that, and it goes on and on and on and on and on. Right? This is the easy way to explain it, and honestly, this would probably be the easiest way for it to be, and but the question is it witness intimidation? Technically, if they are witnesses, yes. But if Karen got found not guilty and Karen didn't do it, then who did it? Are they suspects? And did they have anything to do with it? This piece says, hell no, they had nothing to do with it. It's all a lie concocted by Karen Reed and Aiden Kearney.
A.m., according to an extraction of Kearney's cell phone, which was obtained by prosecutors as a result of witness intimidation charges against Kearney, and became public after he sent it to a now former girlfriend and others. In quotes, he has a niece and nephew in all caps. Thank you, replied Kearney. Keep them coming, and I'll live edit. At 2:14 a.m., Reed sent another note through the intermediary, all caps, Kerry, Kerry Roberts, repeated the same story as Jen. She kept sending edits until 3:06 a.m. when she was satisfied. Amazeballs sauce, she wrote, according.
Amazeballs sauce. Okay, so you think this woman's a murderer? You think someone who killed John O'Keefe would write amazeballs sauce? Or are you thinking that maybe as you're sitting there knowing that you didn't do this to John O'Keefe, and the people inside that house are police officers and have political power? His brother is Kevin Albert. His other brother is Chris Albert and is a political figure in Canton. And then ATF agent Higgins has a whole office in the police station with Berkowitz, who's the chief of police. So what is she supposed to do? You act like this is what you wouldn't do. How do you know what you would do if you were in this situation? She finally got someone to take the case, someone to listen to her.
Right.
And someone with power on the internet, in the power of new media. And to everybody's point out there, Turtle Boy had a lot of pull out here as far as dropping blogs and people seeing it, but it wasn't to the level that it's at now. So, she took a chance with this. And she also knew his past. I'm sure she sussed it out and realized that he had a lot of sloppiness attached to him even back then, but she didn't care. She just wanted the awareness for the public to make up their mind and look at the evidence. And that's all this is. The Commonwealth put out the evidence. She put out her evidence. And that's it. And people believe what they believe. But now you want to make it seem like she concocted a story. But when you seen the first trial, tell me where she's off basis. We heard the witnesses testify. We heard what they say. Their stories don't make sense. And what that means, because we believe in a conspiracy, that means that we believe in Aiden Proctor, this morally corrupt dude. I don't believe him. I would not believe him. If that shit did not make sense, if I didn't see with my own eyes the witnesses speaking at the trial, if I didn't see with my own eyes lies, reasonable doubt with my own eyes, ladies and gentlemen, forget the lies, whether they're lies or not, I seen reasonable doubt. And whether you like Karen Reed or you hate Karen Reed, it was fucking reasonable doubt. And that's the way this goes. And one of them being that Proctor, it was a conflict of interest from the jump, from the rip, from the start to even be the lead investigator. So what part of that am I fucking missing?
Exactly. Are we not supposed to remember that or not supposed to see that? You know what I'm saying? The one guy that seemed like they made some corrective action on by shit canning them, and
According to the phone extraction. Thank you so much. Hope they like it, Kearney wrote through the intermediary, a former college acquaintance of Reed's named Natalie Vivicki. They love it. Incredible, she replied. The week prior, I don't know how to say her last name. I keep stumbling. Sorry, Natalie. Had been introduced to Kearney over Facebook by one of his followers. The two began texting after getting Reed's approval. She started receiving information from Reed and passing it to Kearney, according to Wibicki in messages from Kearney's phone extraction. There was other information Reed wanted to make sure Kearney had. She started sending me pictures of Jen McCabe, Colin's battered knuckles, all the different Alberts, and just who's who. Natalie, who now regrets her support of Reed, told me.
Keep in mind, Colin Abbott testified that he fell down. To break his fall, he broke it with his knuckles on the ground. When asked a question about them knuckles, his response on the stand was, I fell down and my knuckles hit, and that's how I broke my fall. I mean, I don't know about you guys. If you ever fell down, do you make a fist? Like, so that's a 1, 2, 3. It's the same thing, right, ladies and gentlemen? Like, let's just look at it this way, ladies and gentlemen. If I go on Facebook and I put the link up to this video, you have to do a 2-step, right? You have to go, now you're on Facebook and you see the video. Now you have to look at the post, and then you have to hit the link, and then a link will say, open up the app to YouTube. Most people, when that part happens, they don't even want to do that because they're on Facebook. They don't want to leave Facebook. So now they don't even open up that app. That's too much to ask. So my point is, the parallel to that, now you're falling down. Your first thought is to break your fall. Your first thought process isn't to go, let me fall with my fist. Your first thought is just to break your fall, not to say, hey, let me do this. Then come on. It just don't make sense.
That included a photo from Reed, which Kearney published, supposedly showing state police lead investigator Michael Proctor with McCabe's daughters. In fact, they were not McCabe's daughters. Kearney was an unlikely person to take on this role. Less than 2 weeks after O'Keefe's death the prior year, he addressed the case on a YouTube live stream. Quote, no doubt she killed him because obviously the taillight was out, but who the fuck intentionally kills somebody backing into them? He told his fans. He speculated that Reed was drunk and had driven into her boyfriend by accident. That, however, was before Reed and her lawyers started giving him access to information about the case to report for them, which could make him a star, an award-winning journalist even. Quote, please tell TB he will get all the credit from my camp when this blows up. And when I talk to Dateline next, Reed wrote to Kearney via Natalie. Communicating through text and signal and encrypted messaging app and eventually by phone, Reed would go
Karen definitely gassed this dude up, I'll tell you that.
on to use Kearney to disseminate the alternative theory she hoped would upend the case against her and keep it from ever reaching trial. Reed did not respond to requests for comments. Kearney called himself an investigative reporter, but his first blog was based entirely on court documents from the defense, including a motion and a 92-page affidavit filed 5 days earlier on April 12th. In it, Reed and her celebrity attorney from Los Angeles, Alan Jackson, argued that Brian Albert and his nephew Colin Albert were responsible for O'Keefe's death, and that Jennifer McCabe helped cover it up along with investigators. From that first post and the hundreds more that would follow, putting blame on the witnesses became a recurring feature of Kearney's coverage as Reed continued to direct it. The morning the first blog hit, it jolted the tight-knit Canton community, rippling through group chats and youth sports sidelines. The witnesses' phones started blowing up, their DMs filling with questions and accusations. In the face of the online harassment, the witnesses rushed to shut down their social media account. Reed appeared pleased with the fallout. They're all folding, she texted Kearney through Natalie. For Kearney, the reaction was well.
But why they do that? Why they shut all this stuff down? If it was that, if there was really 47 pieces of taillight on the lawn, and they really had nothing to do with it, why they shut down their internet? Now they're standing up. Now there's, because they had time to think this out. They had time for people to advocate for them, to tell them, hey, listen, this is what we need to do now. At that time, they didn't know what to do. The first thing they did was fight or flight, and they took flight. They were gone.
Yep.
I don't get that part. But this is all the narrative to kill Aiden Kearney in court. I shut down my social media. I was afraid. I felt bad. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. The counterpunch is why though? Why? Why not say this lady's out of her fucking mind?
Exactly. I mean, we said, why wouldn't someone stop, reach out to a platform, speak their truth?
Welcome. His page views, largely from readers who call themselves turtle writers, surged to a reported 80,000 a day that April, up from about 40,000, according to figures Kearney previously provided to Boston. Many of those followers would form part of the Free Karen Read movement, acting as foot soldiers in a campaign against the witnesses that he directed after taking his own marching orders from Reed and her lawyers. A few days later, on April 22nd, Kearney, using the Canton Police Department's incident report, which the defense had recently filed unredacted against court rules, with the witnesses' personal information, called McCabe and Brian Albert while live streaming and accusing them of covering up O'Keefe's murder. He claimed McCabe was sleeping with Albert, her sister's husband. Then he showed images of that unredacted report on the live stream. His thousands of viewers.
He said that shit. See, this is the thing, man. It's that sloppy behavior, man. You know, he used his style of how he does things, throwing shit in the mix and spinning everybody out. He used that. Obviously, he didn't think he was going to get arrested for witness intimidation, but now he knows better. Now, I would hope that he would know that, especially in the state of Massachusetts, when you stop making accusations and it hurts someone's feelings and they're a witness to any case, never mind a murder, that shit can bite you in the ass.
Viewers now had the witnesses' private phone numbers, addresses, and social security numbers. After Kearney's stream, Reed's local attorney, David Yannetti, texted to congratulate him. That was priceless, dude. Great fucking show. Really enjoyed the turtle reporting, he wrote, adding that Kearney mispronounced his last name, but I loved how you followed it up by, that proves that I'm not talking to them, according to Kearney's phone extraction.
This fucking phone extraction. This phone extraction can come back and kill this dude, man. You know, and it doesn't help inside, you know, maybe not in the criminal case, because I don't know what they're going to let into the criminal proceeding with him, because criminal court is different. But in civil court, I'm sure they can let this in.
Yeah, they're going to want to see all of it.
That's crazy. And that's just sloppiness, man. That's so sloppy, regardless of who did what and how anybody got a hold of it. The fact that it's on the street is insane. The fact that this shit is on the street is fucking insane.
Yeah, he should have just, you know, he should have just, you know, took it as, hey, I'm a part of this team, and kept it to, you know, kept it like that, you know.
Well, I think
like
he still
was
has
hired,
this,
you know. In some sense, what I'm saying is if Karen reached out to him, she obviously wanted him to get the word out of what's going on.
the thing is, right?
But if she
still go.
What I mean, sorry, if she seeked him out, I mean, it's like, you know, he's like a hired gun.
She didn't seek him out. Natalie did that. Her friend, Karen Reed's friend. So we should hit this dude Turtle Boy up to write blogs and spin shit out. The point is, he's still doing that same style, man. He's still being sloppy as shit. I mean, he's indicted in Jersey, man, for being sloppy as shit.
Yeah.
You know?
And you know, we don't know the full outcome with what's going to happen with that yet. I mean, that could be something serious, man.
I mean, regardless, man. I mean, you know, hey, God bless him. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, that shit could have all been avoided, man.
Yeah.
Like you know what? In the sloppiness, be clear. It's not so much of his actions; it's his mentality taking this as a fucking joke. This was a murder of a Boston police officer. There was no time to like use your old tactics to this shit. Like, as soon as you reached a certain level and this picked up traction, you should have just locked in, bro, and didn't let your whatever your quirks may be, or whatever your vices are, whatever's going on internally, your moral, whoever you are, man. Because that's the thing, like, who you are is what, and the way you look at things is what made this happen. Like, your energy is what affected this whole situation. You know, like, and you still haven't leveled up. You still like, you know, you're on live streams fucking smashing flies. You know what I mean? Like, it just, you know, and hey, and I can respect that. I can respect that you you were yourself and you ain't afraid of being yourself. I can respect that. But it comes to a point, what you're going through right now, there's another way to approach this, man. You can't approach this as that you're a crash dummy and you're a liability, because in the end, you're saying you're a journalist and that this is what you do. But people, the Commonwealth, are looking at you as a menace. And that's the shit you have to flip around, that I'm not a menace. And when you're on live stream smashing fucking flies and got painted eyebrows, I get it, man. It's all satire. It's all internet. I get that. But in the court of law, they're going to look at it like, if we let this dude go, he's going to be dressing like Jen McCabe the next day.
Yeah.
And
he, he has to be thinking that. If
well,
he ain't,
the question is he?
If he ain't thinking that, man.
Well, he's trying to. And I'm going to get into that. And hopefully I can get into that. I'm trying to, I might just cut this little, I'm going to let this run for a little bit more and I'll go into the next segment. But yeah, I'm going to show you why.
The next day, Natalie sent Kearney a message from Reed, who wanted him to write more about the secret federal probe. Not public. The feds have been involved longer than anyone is likely guessing, Reed told him. A week later, Natalie relayed confidential federal grand jury information that Reed should not have known about. Quote, the first assistant U.S. attorney. They don't shoot and miss. They have a case and way more evidence than we do. I know this for a fact. Jen McCabe testifies this coming week. I'm not sure about the others. This is not going to trial for me. The following week on May 3rd, at the first pretrial court appearance following
That's crazy.
Kearney's inaugural blog, it appeared clear that the effort to seed the alternative theory through Kearney's coverage was working. For the first time, a crowd of protesters gathered outside the courthouse, and a few dozen TV cameras and reporters were there to capture it all. They were clapping, Jackson told Boston in 2023. And then as we walked in, the door shut, they started applauding, and we realized, okay, things have just shifted. Inside the courthouse, the next step in the campaign was about to unfold. 2 weeks earlier, April 20th, just days after publishing his first post, Kearney had spoken with Reed's defense team, who confirmed to him the federal investigation was underway, according to Kearney's phone extraction and admissions Kearney made later on his YouTube live stream, where he acknowledged that Reed's team had been.
Okay, so even if he knew about this, right? What is he at that point? He got ahead of himself because he's thinking the feds are involved, and he's thinking they're all about to get arrested, and now he's positioning himself to be the hero. And now what the McCabe's are doing now, and their legal the prosecution of Aidan Kearney, the Commonwealth against him, are going to use that whole federal thing against him.
Exactly.
So the question is, what's your counterpunch? And your man J.F.K. agrees with you on some things today, and I'm going to tell you my opinion of what the counterpunch should be, and then you can't blame him at this point. Even if he was leaked that information as a journalist, right? Even if he was leaked that and he reacted the way he reacted, he thought he was about to do the victory lap. I mean, wouldn't you? If you was a journalist and they told you that the people who this woman saying all these things about, right, that it's federal court, you're not thinking about political things. You're thinking it's in the federal court. It's in the higher court. The feds got them under a grand jury. They're all done. That shit just don't happen. That's the first thing you're thinking, right? Yep. So you go hotter at that point, I would assume. Can you blame him for that?
No.
In his source. That same day after the call, Kearney posted a blog detailing the federal probe. In it, Kearney wrote, according to reliable sources close to the matter, a federal grand jury has subpoenaed multiple witnesses who were in the home of Boston police officer Brian Albert on the night fellow BPD officer John O'Keefe was killed. The FBI has taken over the investigation, and they have visited the homes of multiple witnesses. He confirmed, quote, with 100% certainty that Jennifer McCabe had received a subpoena, even though federal grand jury information is supposed to be.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing, man. You gotta give a little bit of grace here when you say, what did he research? You're right. What did he research? But he only got on the case March of 2023. In April, a month later, they got the grand jury they had him in a grand jury. the feds. So at that point, you believe in everything they're saying.
Exactly. We all are.
Everybody, wouldn't you? At that point, you would like that's just that stuff just don't happen. But now here we are 4 years later, 3 years later, creeping on 4, when that time from 23 now till now, we're saying, well, now we're peeling back the layers. Rachel Rollins, Adam Deitch, peeling back layers, Yannetti. Could that all be a setup? Was there a political thing? Was there a plug? Meaning, was there a connection? The same way we talk about connections with the Alberts, was there connections with Karen Reed and her camp? And we're peeling back the layers, and people are starting to say, oh, but at that time in that space, even the people who thought that Jen McCabe was not guilty, her friends, they probably were like, damn, what? The feds? You're going to court? They got you under indictment? I mean, grand jury, they got you under review? What's going on? Right? So, yeah, he didn't do no research, but I think once the feds got involved, that's when he kind of got spun out. It doesn't take much. I mean, have we not learned from this guy? It doesn't take much for him to be spun out. He gets spun out over Nurse Kim and Jess Machado.
Over flies, bro. You see him chasing them fucking flies?
To be strictly confidential. At the time, Kearney publicly denied, including to me, while reporting my story in the subsequent months, that he had had any contact with Reed or her team. On a later live stream, he acknowledged that he had, quote, lied to me at Reed's request. On May 3rd, the defense team's leak came full circle. It has been reported that the federal authorities have now gotten involved in the circumstances surrounding this case and have impaneled a federal grand jury to investigate.
And the question is, right, after they leaked all this, is this the reason why the feds backed off? Like, is that one of the reasons? Like, I wonder why they backed off.
Some of these circumstances, Jackson announced to the court. Then, raising his voice for dramatic effect, he added, Karen Reed should not have to wait for the feds to figure out which heads should roll. Jackson was able to speak about the federal involvement in the grand jury in open court and have it entered into the public record because it had already been reported by Turtle Boy. In a later court filing opposing a proposed gag order, Yannetti argued that Jackson had merely been, quote, reiterating what had already been publicly reported. Not, he said, revealing anything about the grand jury being impaneled. Quote, something about which the defense team would have no knowledge. What Yannetti did not add is it had been reported because his team had leaked it to Kearney. Jackson and Yannetti did not respond to requests for comment. But the defense team's role in the federal investigation went back further than merely leaking it to the press. Did you kill John O'Keefe? Colin Albert says Adam Deitch, whatever, an assistant U.S. attorney yelled at him. No, he replied, shocked. Deitch, tell us the truth. It was a suffocatingly hot day in late July 2023 when Colin was called to testify before the federal grand jury at the Mowgli courthouse, Colin recalls. 19 years old and recently finished with his freshman year at Bridgewater State, where he played football, he says he didn't understand why he was even there. Colin's lawyer was not allowed inside the small square room where rows of jurors faced him. Not one, as is customary, but 2 federal attorneys questioned him. 2 of them were Adam Deitch, an assistant U.S. attorney who is now running for Norfolk County DA, and Josh Levy, acting U.S. attorney from the District of Massachusetts, a role that does not typically question witnesses. Dustin Chow, another assistant U.S. attorney, was also present. Behind Colin's shoulder, Kearney's tweets and blogs were projected onto a screen, Colin says. Every single thing came from him. They didn't.
Every single thing came from him. Now, the question is, you heard, every single thing came from him. So if it was witness intimidation, why would a higher court, higher than district court, have intimidation tactics? Would they help him with the intimidation? They didn't see, they thought it was constitutional, right? They didn't see anything illegal about it. They would never post that in a presentation, would they? These are the questions. Can a turtle and a wannabe agree?
Just like you're saying, I mean, if they think it's okay to use that in their tactics, what's wrong now? The way
in the
TV
state
approached it, exactly.
Yeah. Well, they used this shit and they charged him. So a federal court looked at what he wrote and thought it was constitutional, thought it was within the law, the lines of the law, First Amendment, right? Have an opinion, right? Like asking questions, just asking questions. Part of your First Amendment, just asking questions, man. I'm an independent journalist. Why is that shit up there? And if they found it, this is a higher court. This is the federal fucking court. This is where people walk out backwards, do the moonwalk. They dance out of there. They're looking like J.F.K, man, after doing 20 years. They do this. They walk out like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you didn't know, like if you end up in the federal court and you have an appeal and you get granted the appeal, or someone like, something like that, and you get the appeal and you get out, this is how you walk out. You ready? Come on. Fucking moonwalk out of that motherfucker.
God damn.
So they had that up. They had that shit up. And listen to where he was asked questions.
Didn't use anything else, nothing else, Colin tells me, noting that they didn't even bother to take Kearney's name off the screen. Filing opposing a proposed gag order, Yannetti argued that Jackson had merely been, quote, reiterating what had already, single thing came from him. They didn't use anything. He played football. He says he didn't understand why he was even there. Colin's lawyer was not allowed inside the small square room where rows of jurors faced him. Not one, as is customary, but two federal attorneys questioned.
Now, so Cosgrove, I would only assume, is going to use this as saying people say they weren't investigated, but obviously they were, to way worse than any investigation that you've seen on TV. Like, you just imagine where this dude Cosgrove's going to say it. Like, people want to say, why weren't they investigated? They were investigated. It actually was in a federal. They had a grand jury in the feds getting asked questions by U.S. attorneys. Like, that is way worse than any another 48 hour with a couple state troopers.
Yeah,
I would assume, right? And none of them broke. None of them broke. None of them said he did it, right? So, but the problem,
they made people cry. So
they made people cry with Aiden Kearney's Twitter right in back of them. The same guy in the state court you want to get with witness intimidation.
So now
that shit don't make no sense. That's corrupted. That's corrupted.
So now there you go. That's corrupted. That's corrupted.
That's reasonable doubt. That's reasonable doubt. If the feds think that it was constitutional, the question is from March of 2023 to that part of July, did anything change in Aiden Kearney's approach to this case? Was he saying the same? Did he say the same shit? Was he saying calling this and that? And I get it. He went to the game in June of 2023. I think I just said 25. In June 2023 is when he went to the game, right? And he talked shit. Now, what I seen, the only thing I could possibly say that could be witness intimidation is when they got in their feelings, is when he said cop killers, right? And that hurt their feelings, right? That's the debate. Is that witness intimidation? He didn't say cop killers. If you go to court, I'm going to tell everybody you're a cop killer. The question is the intent. Did he go there to make them not show up to court? Or did he go there to let them know that we ain't afraid of you? Right? And that would be my counterpunch to this whole mess. So Colin Albert goes on and says this.
Questioned him. Two of them were Adam Deach, an assistant U.S. attorney who is now running for Norfolk County DA, and Josh Levy, acting U.S. attorney from the District of Massachusetts, a role that does not typically question witnesses. Dustin Chow, another assistant U.S. attorney, was also present. Behind Colin's shoulder, Kearney's tweets and blogs were projected onto a screen, Colin says. Every single thing came from him. They didn't.
Colin, you just did him a fucking favor by saying that. You know that, right? You just did him a favor. You know what they say, right, bro? If you really was against Aiden Kearney, you talked to Gretchen, right? And Gretchen, you just did him a favor, man, because that's one hell of a rebuttal. That's one hell of a rebuttal.
What's one thing life taught you? If you take your top lip and connect it to your bottom lip, you will shut the fuck up. What's one thing life taught you? If you take your top lip and connect it to your bottom lip, you will shut the fuck up.
And the biggest question is that you'd have to really think what did change? What changed for them
Well, he did that in June of 2023, and he didn't get arrested for it until October. So, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, they compiled a bunch of stuff.
Well, that's usually what they do.
Yeah, but come on, from all the whole month of July, the whole month of August, the whole month of September, 3 months. I mean, come on, they ain't the feds, they're the stadies, bro. They don't do that. They don't wait maybe 2 weeks, not 3 months, bro. They don't do that. So they're compiling shit because they know, man, it's all about the intent of the crime, man. His intentions was not to go there to intimidate them. I don't think he thought. I honestly, truly believe that Turtle Boy did not think in his mind when he showed up at that event, that he thought he was going to intimidate that whole crew of people.
Right.
Like not to show up to court. I think that he went there to say, "Hey, I'm here now, and we're not afraid of you guys because you think you're intimidating us."
Yep.
That's what I think.
You're not gonna hide, you're not
that
gonna
makes
hide
more
behind your
sense.
doors and shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that makes more sense.
Okay.
I think that makes more sense. That's why. See, the question is, ladies and gentlemen, can a turtle and a wannabe agree? Is the concept of conflict? I know a lot of you people don't want to hear it. A lot of you people like, fuck him, lock his ass up. He's a morally corrupt dude. Hey, I get it.
And the other thing too is like, when you think about it, like he also had those, he had was it Jen McCabe that didn't they call his phone? Or was that the other sister there?
Yeah. No, he called the girl.
They didn't use anything else, nothing else, Colin tells me, noting that they didn't even bother to take Kearney's name off the screenshots. Eventually, they accused me of every single thing Kearney said. They also projected, Colin says, the same pictures Kearney had.
So they accuse you of everything Kearney said. Everything that they're charging him with witness intimidation about, they had that on the screen and accuse you of everything he said. So they agree with what he said was constitutional and was First Amendment and was actually okay because they formed the whole fucking grand jury and used him as a power presentation. Would you believe it? So how the hell can the feds do that? A higher court, and now all of a sudden in the lower superior court in state court turns around and says, well, that's unconstitutional. Boom. But the feds just said it was okay. That shit is wrong. That's reasonable doubt. You have a federal court using it to their advantage, and you have a state court who's prosecuting it. The question is, ladies and gentlemen, can a turtle and a wannabe agree? Is the concept a conflict? It is. Your man J.F.K. We know that I'm just a hood booger, and we know, can a morally corrupt Turtle Boy and a wannabe rapper agree? Will the real J.F.K. please stand up? I'm right here.
God damn.
And I'll tell you this, I agree with him. I think that that shit don't make sense to me. So I'm going to get into a little bit of that real quick on what he says, and I kind of answer him in this little clip right here. I actually put it on Twitter last night, and I took it down because, you know what? I figured I'll just save it. I'll save it for my show. Fuck Twitter. Part of my language. So let's put this up real quick.
Fuck Twitter.
I mean, it's too deep, man. It's too deep. I'm working too, bro.
God damn.
So let's play this part right here.
Assistant U.S. attorney yelled at him, "Did you kill John O'Keefe?" No, he didn't. No. Tell us the truth. What do you mean? Is that not the exact same thing I've said?
Right. I agree.
Is that it was witness intimidation when I ask these people inflammatory questions about, like, did you do this? Did you kill them? Did you Google this? Why'd you do that? And when they said no, I go, tell the truth. Tell the truth. I was told that was literally witness intimidation
I agree.
by asking these people questions.
Yo, you're right. But here's the thing, Turtle Boy. Here's the thing, my man. Now you got to ask yourself this question, my dude. Now they're gonna say, well, they did it the legal way. You did it. You're not the feds, right? But if they used your tweets and your articles, what changed from March to June? Did your stance change at all? And if nothing changed from March to June when you went to go visit Jen McCabe and you were saying the same stuff in them articles and them tweets and they used it and they didn't see anything unconstitutional in the federal courts, then therefore, if they thought using your articles and your tweets was official, and don't mind me, I'm sniffling my dude because I'm laughing because you're a funny bastard, bro. Holy shit. I'm just, if you didn't watch the full thing, when I say the full thing, I'm talking about this was from the Fly Live. We'll just call it the Fly Live. Funny ass live stream. Go watch that shit. He's attacking flies. Watch the full thing, please, sir. Please. Holy shit. But yeah, I think you got a great point because if Cosgrove is going in the direction to say there was an investigation, a federal investigation, and they didn't find anything, your comeback, your fight, your counterpunch can be like, yeah, but they used my articles in my journalism to ask these questions and they found it to be official. Yeah. They found it to be constitutional. And if they didn't, why would they use it? And now they're using it against me in the state. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is What is it? corruption. That right there is not right. That right there don't make sense. That right there, please, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, is reasonable doubt. Thank you.
Long gamers, it is time to match the energy. Let's feel the energy.
J.F.K. in the mix.
Come on.
Get up. People get up. Stomp your feet. Let's get down.
Match the energy. Turbulence in the chat keeps the brain right. We are all we got. The pivot is magical. One's up.
J.F.K. in the mix.
Less than 6 times? Okay, I've been in a setting with him.
Donuts.
6 times at most? Maybe?
6 donuts.
Long gamers, it is time to match the energy. What type of donuts do you like? Come on.
Donuts.
All green, everything in the chat. This is your chat. Pay it forward and gift some membership. Let's go.
I want that side.
That's oh shit. We in the hood? Or the hood is in here?
Absolutely. Sticky fingers, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to the stream. Let's go. Let's make the go. Guess we are the hood boogers.
Scratch that. Maybe it's because we too good looking.
They can get up. Turbulence in the
somewhere on my mind. Nowhere else, no, Lord, take me downtown to you. Baby, show me love, but I can't take it. What I said was true, real pain can't fake it. Still they wanna be with me, still they wanna live with me, still they wanna feel like me, still I can't believe it's me. Time you spend with me, I spend night on being free. On the flight to NYC, I see you in the sea.
I get it. A lot of people are saying, listen, there's so many different things, right? But you got to understand, it's the bullet points and it's the counterpunch. I think that if Cosgrove goes into this saying that if there was a federal investigation, I think that I'm going on what I know. I'm going on what I heard from Gretchen. I feel like that is a template on what is being designed, what's being worked up. And that right there is a great counterpunch because the feds did use his work as a template to ask questions and they find it constitutional. So he didn't. If you're going to separate this case as everybody's doing, right? Because you guys want to say he did intimidate him. Okay, that's cool. I get it. But what if they killed John O'Keefe? Who gives a fuck if he did or not at that point, right? Do you really give a fuck? If they kill John O'Keefe, do you really give a fuck if he intimidate him? Right? If, that's a big if, ladies and gentlemen. But if you want to separate the cases, if you want to separate them, okay, fine. So now we're separating them, right? We're separating it. That has nothing to do with it. Even though it's the same players, same people, but we're separating it because we hate Turtle Boy that bad. I get it. Is the concept of fucking conflict? I get it. You know what I'm doing after this? I'm going to the gym. Oh, I'm going to the gym. I'm taking off these fucking glasses and I'm going to the gym. I'm going to finish my ghost energy. It's about 75 degrees outside. I'm dropping the fucking windows. I'm going to play some J.F.K. music because I don't play enough on this fucking show. All right. I should play nothing but J.F.K. music. Matter of fact, next stream, I'm playing nothing but J.F.K. music until you hate me. God damn. Can a wannabe rapper play his music? God damn. Where the hell's my case? I get it. I get it. Is the conflict? I get it. Concept of conflict? I get it, ladies and gentlemen. The fact of the matter is this. If you do separate it and they're saying that he did this and he did that, he could turn around and say, yeah, man, but the feds didn't think that. And what is in the jury's mind? As long as they put that in the jury's mind, you could pull out this situation, that situation, that situation. The first thing the jury's going to say, yeah, but how about when the feds used it?
Exactly.
They didn't find, and that is a good counterpunch. That is a good counterpunch. And Turtle Boy could moonwalk out that courthouse. But, ladies and gentlemen, does that mean he humble himself? Does he go on to do the right thing with his life? Or is he still going to be morally corrupt? Is he still going to call Peggy O'Keefe, see you next Tuesday? Is he still going to act like an idiot? Huh? I don't know. I don't agree with how he runs his ship. I don't. But I also know that railroading somebody is not the right way. And if Karen Reed, in fact, is innocent, which she got proven innocent, if she's innocent, she got proven not guilty. If she is innocent, there is no blueprint on how to fight corruption. And I'll tell you right now, it's not that way. Whatever you do, you don't want to run to a blogger who's going to call the witnesses. Call the victims' families, see you next Tuesdays, and then write articles and just crash all the way out and go against other creators and then voice record her and go against the person he's trying to save. You don't do that. No. You don't do that. No. Does he keep weaponizing the system against people who called him out? That's why I don't care what happens to him. Justice for Meredith. And I get it. I get it, ladies and gentlemen. I get it. And honestly, I think that's fucked up what he did to Meredith. Let's be clear. For sure. But if it comes out, in fact, Meredith did leak all his phone extractions out, that hurt Karen big time. That hurt this whole integrity. That hurts everybody, including myself and you, Border Girl, because that makes us look weak. Because when you break that down into context, it looks shady as fuck. Text messages look shady anyway. Text messages between me and Kevin Kev probably look shady. Text messages look shady. There's no context. There's no completeness to them. You feel me? What about the phone calls in between a text message? You know, I could be talking to Kevy about grabbing spark plugs at the store, and then the next one I'm like, "You got that? Yeah, I got that. All right, come through. Come at the back door." It sounds like we're selling crack, but in reality, we're talking about fucking 8 spark plugs.
Yeah, it's the truth.
It's the truth. So if she did do that, if it comes out she did do that, I mean, that doesn't mean that he should put charges against her either, because 2 wrongs don't make a right. But that's not right either. I don't know. Who cares? Monica just wants to see him locked up. And you know what? I get it. I mean, he earned that, right? To some people. Some people don't like the way he moves, like the way he does his things, years of abuse of people. They wanted to get some get back. And that's what happened when you're a piece of shit. That's what happens when people think you're a piece of shit. That's what happens. I get it. But here's the question. Can a turtle and a wannabe agree? Is the concept of conflict? Karen Reed is free, but is the truth. Ladies and gentlemen, I go by the name of J.F.K.
And I go by Kevy Kev.
Hope y'all enjoyed the show. Peace and love.
Peace and love, people.
JFK.
Yeah, spending in time.
Can't sleep.
Everybody got 2 hands, right? But it's like I'm always lending one.
Lullaby and good night. Good night. Don't let the bed bugs bite. It's time for owner gets to sleep. Good night. Sleep is the cousin of death. It's like you when you sleep. It's like you hold your breath. Good night. Daily I wake up on the wrong side of the bed and I hold my head. Ain't no time yes for lullabies. Cause if I can't sleep, the world stays up with me.
Spaces and time, so many lockdowns. Spending the time, I rendered around. They must be out their fucking mind. Insecurities messing with their maturity. Please, that energy level does nothing for me. Still on the run like Nori. And these streets be like bull sharks with the territory. It's the same story. Try to pull apart and run a change. But before you left the game, you wasn't in the right mind frame. And if I can't sleep, then the world can't sleep. Got my speakers on blast, playing fuck the police. Still DRE with my Dre beats, repping my crew. Show off.
Appreciate you. That's an immaculate cat right there. Immaculate kitty. An immaculate kitty? Is that a thing?
I don't come in much, but you love this place. And I gotta find her. And I don't smoke when she does, when she drinks.
God damn. God damn.
Oh man, I was trying to keep it clean, Michelle Beach.
Does that say
Now
Booty
we gotta-
Cat? God damn.
Damn, dude. I gotta
God
keep it.
damn.
Turn this stream down. Ladies and gentlemen, I get it. We're all adults, but turn it down. We got turbulence in the chat, guys, once again.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. This one's explosive.
Question is, what type of tacos do you like? I mean, all I said was that picture, it was an immaculate kitty. It was all white, immaculate condition. Immaculate. Michelle Beach comes in and says, what does she say, Kevin Cat? Say it. Don't be afraid.
Clean white pussy.
God damn, Kevin.
I set you right up, bro. God damn, my bad, Kim.
All right, man.
Damn,
God damn.
Top of that, someone comes in. I can't even keep up. Then someone comes in and says that Chimmy has a hairless. I can't even say because that shit is